I would say B Team's more of a team that sells merch and has a gym.
It's team merch gym.
Because the location's cool, but it's us. It's all everybody that works together. That is a B Team.
Yeah.
For there's no I in team, but there's M for merch.
Eternity hit me on the forehead with 2 shots, and I was like, "Fuck, this better fucking work."
If he gets out of this, I'm fucked.
Yeah, and we
Just runs out the cage.
I quit.
Well,
All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Simple Man Podcast with your hosts, Ethan Crelinsten,
Damien Anderson,
Nicky Rod, and a special guest,
Robert Degle.
Robert Degle. Degle is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, travels the world competing, training, teaching, and living
philosophizing.
Philosophy. Yep. And just overall living a life of passion and a life of purpose. Mr. Degle.
So let's just, I guess, break into it. Who are you? How'd you end up in this chair right here?
So I was originally a grad student in philosophy in New York.
No, way before. Way
before that?
Way
Okay,
before.
okay,
As
all
far
right.
back as you can recall.
Okay. All right.
Really,
So
like,
it was
how
one out
did-
of 300 million.
Exactly.
I was the fastest
Your
to the egg.
father's testicles.
Right.
Where were you born? What day? What time? What's your social security number?
So my social security. I'll start with that. Now, I'm from Long Island.
Long Island.
Yeah.
Long Island.
Long Island, yeah. Some people say I don't have an accent. Some people do.
You definitely
I think
do.
if you listen to me long enough,
You
you'll hear
definitely
it.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm from Suffolk County, Long Island, and I was born in 1992, and I was a pretty bookish kid growing up. Like I wasn't really very athletic. I played sports, but not like ever very seriously.
Real quick, what sports?
I played soccer, stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Just like
Like actual sports that
Yeah,
most kids play.
What
Yeah.
opposed to what? What else would I be talking about?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like archery,
No,
fencing,
nothing like
I don't
that.
know.
So
You saying those are not normal sports? Anyway, sorry. Continue.
all right. Anyway, so yeah, and so then I got into wrestling. Believe it or not, wrestling was actually my first exposure to grappling.
That's gonna set the tablecloth on fire, my
Oh,
friend.
yeah.
Here.
No, there's another ashtray right there behind the grapes.
Behind the grapes.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Just puts it straight down on the tablecloth.
All good. We don't got no alarms in here,
Yeah,
so
it's fine. It's a rental.
All right.
All right. So you started wrestling.
Yeah, so I wrestled.
That was your intro to grappling. That
yeah.
was the beginning.
So the reason why I did wrestling was I wanted to do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but I
Why? You heard about it?
So
somewhere?
I saw BJ Penn on TV, and I looked up
Okay.
what is this guy doing, and I just thought, I watched a lot of Dragon Ball Z when I was a kid.
Fuck yeah.
And-
That's pretty much my
yeah.
entrance to jiu-jitsu.
I think that was
Yeah,
the Ryans as well. Gordon, Nicky Rod. They watch a shit ton of Dragon Balls.
It's a common thing, right? Like little kids watch
You
like
watch Dragon Ball Z and you pursue jiu-jitsu. It happens everywhere. Yeah.
or some kind of martial art. Yeah.
All right. So you saw Jibe Penn.
Yeah, so I watched BJ Penn, and I also saw Shin Aoki on YouTube, and I was like, okay, what are these guys doing? And I looked up Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but at the time, obviously, I'm like a young kid. I was pretty broke. I didn't really have the money to pay for Jiu-Jitsu, and my parents, they let me do it in the summers, but year-round, they wouldn't let me do it. So I was like, what else can I do that's free, that's similar enough? And I found wrestling. So I started wrestling, and it was okay. I mean, I think I was pretty mediocre. I think that I never really, at the time, I didn't really take it super seriously because it wasn't something it was.
You
I was
competed in wrestling, right?
Yeah, I competed a lot.
Have you guys seen the photo of Deagle in a singlet with
I don't
headgear?
think so. I did know that.
love to
Send
see that.
to Jim.
Yeah.
Send
we gotta
that
get
to any
on.
one of us. We need that right here. We need to see that. Anyway, yeah, it's a great photo.
There's a bunch of pictures. Yeah.
There's one I'm thinking of. A
okay.
blue singlet one. You know what I'm talking
With
about?
the thumbs up.
I think, pretty sure.
My dad, yeah. So I mean, I was decent. I wasn't terrible. I had a winning record as a varsity wrestler, right? Which is not terrible. I beat a couple really good guys. I never really did that well though overall. And I think it's a part of it is because in the back of my mind, I was always thinking about jiu-jitsu. So even when I was wrestling, I was like, what can I do in wrestling that will translate. I mean, whether it would actually
How can I
translate or not.
pin myself? Yeah.
Well, I did have a match where I basically did pin myself, but the ref didn't see it, and then it was
back and won?
Yeah, I won the match. Well, it was weird because I was holding a cradle, but I did it like I went like
With
upside.
your back on the mat? Or
Yeah,
something?
pretty much. I think technically I was supposed to have lost, but the ref didn't see it, so I won. So yeah,
So,
yeah.
okay.
The ref was on the other side, which is nice.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
And then as soon as high school wrestling ended,
Over there, pumping away.
I'm living great.
nice. I got a job at a pizzeria, and I had enough money to start doing jiu-jitsu.
What was the position?
I was like in the back with the
Making them?
Yeah, but I mean I wasn't making them by myself.
You know how to twirl it?
No. I just got the tomato sauce, opened up the cans, gave it
Okay.
to. I worked with the guys from El Salvador.
Can you speak
Spanish? Not very much. I mean a little bit, but not very much. Yeah.
You speak El Salvadorian?
I don't know if that's a language.
Go on. I'm fucking.
No. Yeah, and like, that's how I started in jiu-jitsu. Just like, I went to a really, really small school, and immediately I liked it like a lot right out of the gate. Like I was training like twice a day, pretty much every day that I could get. At the time, I
bring
still
the mic a little bit closer to you, I think.
so I still didn't have a car at this time, so I had to like bum rides from people, but I was making it out there a lot, like twice a day.
You were training in a small gym up there. You were right away training at Renzo's.
No, I was at a small gym called
In Mushin?
No, called Kyoto.
Kyoto.
It's like it was in Sayville, and
Who was the first like good? Was Eddie Cummings the first like inspiration?
yeah,
You know.
So I actually wound up meeting Eddie at the Stony Brook Mat Club. So I went
Another
to
jiu-jitsu
yeah.
school
Stony Brook was the college I went to.
Okay.
Originally, I transferred to Queens College, but yeah, Stony Brook had a mat room where. Do you guys know Krishna Mirza?
Yeah, that was Eddie's one of Eddie's coaches,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Or
Yeah.
Eddie's coach or training partner?
It was his first coach, I think.
Okay, I think
and
so
John
too.
Satavas too, actually.
Wow,
Yeah,
wow.
Really?
yeah, which
What
is
a
pretty interesting.
Who's say his name again?
Krishna Mirza?
Where is he at now?
I don't know. I mean, he's not a full-time grappler. He's like a scientist of some kind.
And he like taught Eddie Cummings.
Yeah, in the
In the
early
beginning,
stages.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
I remember Eddie talking about him.
So
Yeah.
he's a leg locker or something.
I don't know. I never really trained with him. Like I
Well,
was
John's the leg
so he
locker.
was
What are you talking about?
Yes. Oh, sorry. So he stole moves from John to
yes,
teach to Ed.
yes,
No. So
all the way back in 2010.
I remember hearing about that guy, but I don't know, like a little sidestep from the main theme of your origin story. But like that guy, he taught Eddie. Isn't that kind of crazy?
Well, Eddie was like a
That
white
guy-
belt, blue belt.
Okay, I guess.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
teach him anything. All right. Fuck it. Never mind. Who cares? Go on.
So I
Krishna. Actually, no. It is cool. If he's out there somewhere, that's fucking cool.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, Krishna.
Tag him or show him
Yeah.
this clip, please.
Sick. I'm genuinely interested in what that guy is doing.
Yeah, I'm curious
these
as
days.
well.
You know.
he's kind of a mysterious character. Actually.
That's why it's interesting. Yeah, it's like-
yeah.
You know.
But
The
anyways,
the man behind Eddie Cummings. You know.
Yeah.
Real.
maybe
leg
he was the
lock.
real genius all along. Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe
So?
he created the leg lock system.
Nah.
Could be.
The OG.
But yeah, so he was running like training sessions in this like open mat space.
Inside
At
the
Stony
school.
Brook. At Stony
Yeah,
Brook?
at Stony Brook.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's where I first met Eddie. I met Eddie, I met John Satava, and I met Krishna.
They were all training there.
Yeah, they were all training there. Yeah, and at the time, like I didn't even. So what's funny is I didn't. Well, I'll get back to this later in the story, but like I didn't even really know who they were. I just knew them on a first name basis.
Wow.
And then
Were they big at the time, or they were still coming up?
they were like white and blue belts.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this
Who,
was
Eddie? Eddie?
Wow.
I think I'm pretty sure Eddie was just a blue. This is like
wow.
2011 or 2012.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah. At the time,
I wasn't training yet.
Neither was
yeah,
I.
he wasn't doing any leg locks.
Wow.
He was There were, I
What
mean,
was he doing?
Wrestling.
He was fucking.
I don't. So,
Taekwondo. Or
this is so long ago. Like I don't remember exactly. Maybe he did a leg lock and I didn't see it. I don't know. Right. What I remember at the time was, I think guillotines. I want to say.
That was his thing. was
Yeah.
guillotines. Wow.
Yeah.
I
And he
don't
was
remember how good-
he was big then too. He was a power lifter originally.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Eddie Cummings was a power
I
lifter.
knew he was
Yeah.
like, big and fat, but I didn't know he was a power lifter.
Yeah. He was like noticeably. I was like one of the smaller guys in
What?
the mat room. Yeah.
Eddie Cummings, first of all, was big and fat. Second of all, he was a power lifter.
Yeah.
Big
That's
and
so.
fat,
Krishna told me that actually.
So Eddie Cummings was a big powerlifting guillotine guy.
yeah, I think so.
What a contrast to when I met him. He was like a shredded, squirmy, aggressive, angry leg locker.
Well,
That's like the.
And he got bigger
polar
near the end of
opposite.
his career too, right? Like when he was going against Renato Canuto, like he was much bigger. Like if you compare like EBI, whichever one in Mexico, maybe 13, I think it was.
The 135 one.
Yeah, when he
Yeah,
went
for
against
sure.
Gio, he's so
Cutting, yeah.
obviously 'cause he's cutting
Sucked
weight,
out
right?
like crazy, yeah.
Yeah, and then when he went against Canuto, dude, it's a noticeable size difference.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
I was probably like 160 or something.
Yeah.
That match. I don't know.
But Eddie will come
So-
back in the story as well.
Okay.
So, but the first part that Eddie played a significant role in was he said, so you know how like John talks about that thing with Dean Lister, like a single comment someone can make to you can change your life, right? So Eddie made a comment to me, which I'm
the snipper?
sure he wouldn't even remember if it was brought up to him.
Quit.
No, it was similar. It was a similar kind of comment.
Past the. Where's that thing? The
I
hedge-
heard
hedge
you.
clippers.
I heard it, but I was like, I'm not gonna respond.
Oh, that's not nice.
Well, it wasn't like
Fuck you.
it wasn't
No,
like
no, no.
I did it purposely. For some reason, I heard it. My brain was just like, I'm talking to Rob right now.
Yeah.
Right, go on.
I'll remember that.
So we went to so me, Eddie Cummings, and a couple of the guys from the mat room went to a Naga tournament together. It was Battle at the Beach 2012.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wildwood, I think they usually have.
Yeah,
it.
Wildwood,
Yep,
New Jersey.
yep,
Yeah,
yep.
I love that tournament. Like awesome
love it,
location.
but-
Yeah. So that was the last time I did an intermediate division, because they wouldn't let me do one after it because they called me a sandbagger.
Wow.
Yeah, I wasn't. I fit within the definition.
I don't think I ever did intermediate, to be honest.
I wasn't, by the way. It fit well within their definition.
That sounds like a
Advanced,
Rob
but not
thing.
not expert.
I was definitely intermediate.
But anyway, so I won the tournament. I submitted everyone like in under a minute.
It was super fucking easy.
Those guys suck. I definitely was intermediate.
But like, I mean, it was
I was the rightful winner of the intermediate. I was at the top of my field. What do you want from me?
It was under.
Sorry.
It said under 2 years of training, but they were like, "Oh, wrestling counts too," and I was like, "Wrestling doesn't count."
Yeah.
And so I.
You were doing jiu-jitsu
it-
while you were wrestling.
Well, okay, all right.
Jiu-jitsu while you were wrestling.
Well, maybe I
is
should have done
grand
advanced, but anyway. So,
All right, so
after I won, Eddie said to me, he asked me, he said, "Where else are you training other than the mat room?" And I said, "Kyoto." And then he said something which I've never forgotten. He said,
oh, here we go.
He said, "Kyoto? Don't you think you're better than that, Rob?" And I was like, "Oh," I was like, "I don't know." I was like, "I don't really take it that seriously." Like, like I really wanted to be good. Like being good at jiu-jitsu was like for most of my training, I wasn't thinking of it as a career. Even when I was training with John, right? For most of that
Really?
time.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll bring up something he said to me later on where he asked me if I wanted to make a living in, as he put it, the martial arts, and I actually said no to him.
Because you want to be.
I wanted to be a philosophy professor.
I thought you wanted to be a librarian.
So I had a couple different avenues I could have taken things, but ultimately what I wanted to be, like I was in grad school for philosophy. Like I was interested in like archival stuff as well. Like I have an uncle who was an archivist at Harvard, and like I was interested in that as well, but I definitely would have preferred like an academic teaching position in philosophy.
You regret your
Yeah.
life.
Most of it. No, no, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. I actually,
Oh, man.
no, I think jiu-jitsu was the right. It was seriously a much better path than philosophy would have been. Philosophy is a very depressing career track, unless you get very
How?
lucky.
What do you mean?
Or very. You can get very famous.
So philosophy is, most of the time what you're doing is you are going for like 8 to 10 years to get a PhD. Like I would probably just be finishing my PhD now. I'd probably have a year or two left. Then you're not getting a teaching position in a place you actually want to live. Like you're not going to be living in New York or Boston or Singapore or not any nice cities. What you're going to be doing is you're going to like, no offense to the Midwest, but you're going to like some community college in the Midwest.
Really?
Right?
Why?
Because there are so many PhDs and so few teaching positions. There's like intense competition, and it doesn't come down to, there's no like merit-based way to, like philosophy is like, it's not like a single discipline that you can measure who's better at, right? If you ask 10 philosophers.
You can't compete in philosophy.
You can kind
Who
of.
has the best philosophy?
Yeah, not really. Like it's tough because like if you ask 10 philosophers what is philosophy, you're gonna get 10 different answers. So it's like if you ask
It's a useless.
Just the
it's a
study of no
useless study.
facts.
well, it's a
Why even? Why
Because
even
you question
pursue
you
this?
question everything, right?
yeah. I think the value of philosophy, it teaches you how to think. Like it teaches you how to like critically analyze and assess things, and like individual like philosophers have different interesting things to teach. But yeah, I mean, honestly, what's funny is I don't disagree completely with the idea that it is basically useless. Yeah.
Who's a famous philosopher?
So my favorite philosopher is Ludwig Wittgenstein, who's
Ludwig Wittgenstein.
Ludwig Wittgenstein. Yeah, or Ludwig Wittgenstein, you can say, but like.
Go on. Why?
But yeah, so he, his basic thing is that philosophy is useless and we should stop doing it. And he was trying to convince everyone to stop like doing philosophy. But this is a very complicated.
He's like, guys, it's a waste of time. Trust me. Let's do something.
Come to my
else."
seminar
Yeah.
also.
Yeah, like.
I mean, they have philosophy seminars, right?
That would be more like a pop culture, like a Jordan Peterson or Sam Harris, like a public intellectual. I was like in school to like teach
Be an
in like, a
academic,
college.
right? It was all
Yeah,
academic.
most academics are like really boring people who hyper specialize on like one thing, like Husserlian phenomenology that no one ever wants to hear about. Yeah, I mean it's like.
Syrian phenomenology.
Yeah, like if you want me to talk about like Wittgensteinian theology, like I could talk about that for an unhealthy amount of time.
Didn't you write like a paper on him or something? I think you were
Yeah,
telling me about that.
I wrote a lot about him. Yeah, he wasn't the only person that I was interested in, but definitely the main one. Yeah.
Just want to take a quick moment to thank our sponsors, MASF Supplements and Violent Hippie. Use code SimpleMan, all caps, for 15% off both of those companies. MASF Supplements, trademarked Smash and Greens, Smash and Reds, very nutrient-dense foods. I personally use their creatine and BCAAs during my workout and sometimes even before the workout. For Violent Hippie, they have soaps, USDA CBD oils, T-shirts, rash guards, you name it, owned by former Navy SEAL Mitch Aguiar. Use Simple Man to get 15% off.
Guys, Violent Hippie, MASF Supplements, get the Smashing Greens, Smashing Reds, all the vitamins, nutrients you need to get that body that you want.
NickyRod style.
Rob, okay, switching topics now. Tell me this conspiracy.
Oh, the
There's a
conspiracy about.
The conspiracy.
Want to know this? Okay.
You guys know it. I want to hear it.
I just saw somewhere in the comments section that people were saying like everyone on B Team, or at least the people on the Simple Man podcast, hate Damien and are slowly trying to push him out or something.
Wow. Okay, guys. So listening to this, tell us in the comments. You know what? Rank us all. Rank us all. Like favorite to least favorite. And just so you know, I've been really on your side in everything. I'm like really a team player. I live for the fans.
Rank us all. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean?
Rank us like
what's the ranking
best to
criteria?
Worst. However, they decide. They decide their own criteria. Whoever is best looking, most handsomest, funniest.
He probably has like 10 other YouTube accounts and comments.
Yeah, it'll be
himself.
like Damien. Yeah.
Damon's so cool.
Um,
Oh, we can do a poll? Oh, that's cool.
Sick. All right.
But yeah, basically, there's a conspiracy that these guys are trying to kick me out, and I'd like to say firsthand that it is true. These guys are trying to kick me out.
He doesn't know.
Well, I just said I knew.
No, you don't know.
Oh wait, so go on. What else happened in this?
In this conspiracy?
Yeah.
That was it.
Oh, that was it.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Weren't you listening?
Do you have any governmental conspiracies that you believe to be true?
That you started?
Oh man.
9/11?
So,
Did it happen?
Well,
not that it
so
happened.
so it's funny. I have a 9/11 story.
Okay.
When I was a kid, right?
I was on a plane.
I'm on. Yeah. Yeah. My.
Oh, no, that's not.
Anyway, so like I was like I think I was 9 years old and
9 or 11, actually.
yeah.
All right, guys. All right.
So like I'm in New York. I mean, granted, I'm on Long Island, very far from the city, but like still in New York. And like I was in class in school, and our teachers had us all like I don't know if they did this in New Jersey too.
I was 3 years old when.
Okay.
When it happened, so I don't even remember.
They had us all like huddle in the corner, like we were getting attacked or something, and then they all sent us home without telling us anything. And I was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
That's a hilarious thing to do.
How
to
old were
kid.
you?
Not give them any explanation.
Yeah, no, it was super quiet. The teachers were like
Sheesh.
all like very hush hush, but what's going on? No explanation. They sent us home. I walk in the door. I see my mom watching the TV. I see a plane crash into the Twin Towers. I think aliens are invading us. That was my first thought. I was 9. Yeah, I saw Independence Day, and I was like, oh my god,
It's
this is
happening?
Yeah, I thought that's what it was.
You know, in Montreal, when I was in elementary school, they did like a similar thing with us. They had us all like I don't know, they got news of it and they had us all like stand up and leave the class, like go into the
In Montreal.
in Montreal, in Canada. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. And yeah, we got to go home early. I had no fucking idea what was happening, but I was like sick. It's an early day.
Yeah, I don't even remember.
It was a weird time in American history after that because it was like mega ultra patriotism was like enforced. If you didn't, do you guys remember that song? It's one of my favorite like funny songs. It's like
American national anthem.
no, it's like the song that's like, "We'll put a boot in your ass." It's the American way.
Yeah, that's a Toby Keith song.
Yes, yeah.
Toby Keith
And
song,
he talks about like bombing the Middle East, and it's like done as like a humorous thing.
Yeah,
They love it.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, but that was
mean,
like on the radio and everything.
We
That was
fucked them up.
well,
Back-to-back chance, baby.
yeah, yeah.
What are you
I'm
reminiscing?
All right,
right
so it goes. How does it go? It
Oh, you're
goes.
trying to think. Just play it.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Boot and ass. It's the American way.
It's nostalgic.
Hey, Uncle Sam,
Is it
put your
nostalgic?
name on the top of his list. And the Statue of Liberty started shaking the fist. Yeah, the eagle will fly. Man, it's gonna be hell. When you hear Mother Freedom start ringing the bell. And it feels
Courtesy
like
of the
whole-
red, white, and
Oh,
blue.
yeah. He goes, and it feels like the whole world. Something like that. I forget. There's something about bombing people, though. Or bombing.
Yeah. It's such a weird.
We don't have to play it right
type
now.
of
All
song.
right.
But
Well,
yeah.
I want to know. I want to do my research.
Okay.
When I first moved to Singapore,
Yeah.
when I was on Tinder, if I matched with a girl and she started like, sometimes I get these girls that would like be like super anti-American and be like shitting on America. I would just send them that song,
Oh my God. Jesus Christ.
just to like
Just to remind them
out of spite.
what we can do.
The thing is, I didn't know a time before super patriotism like that. I mean,
Well, it faded eventually. Obviously, nowadays I think we could look back on
Maybe
that
in
song.
your world.
yeah, I don't know. I'm very patriotic.
USA, baby.
No, but I mean, like, there's a difference between patriotism and like mega, like.
White nationalism.
Did you say white nationalism?
There's a fine line between
There's a thin
patriotism
line.
and racism.
Yeah.
Let's keep it clear.
Nationalism and racism.
Yeah, keep it separate.
Can you be nationalist and not racist?
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
I
bro.
think so.
Yeah.
Can
Yeah.
you be really nationalist, really patriotic, and really proud of your genetic race and not
Yeah.
be racist?
Yeah, I think so.
You could love yourself. And, you could love yourself and not hate others.
Can you despise one? No, never mind.
Do the Jews have like you celebrate a day that there's no more like camps and stuff? No more
Like a holiday.
no more
Like
Holocaust.
the freedom of the Jews.
Like on this day we eat 4 pieces of bread
Pretty much
and butter.
every Jewish holiday is like we celebrate like escaping death. I'm serious.
From like Egypt.
Yeah,
even
either
Hanukkah?
Egypt or
Hanukkah's escaping death.
Hanukkah is essentially escaping
That's
death
Christmas.
because like that's what?
That's Christmas.
No, it's Hanukkah. Fuck you. Got 8 days, baby.
What
It's
came first?
basically it's like surviving an invasion, I guess.
Who
from
invaded?
The Romans.
From the Romans.
Yeah. Yeah. Shit. You guys ever been to Israel?
Do you guys know how many? Sorry, I've never been to Israel.
Yeah.
Do you know how many Jews there are in the world?
I can make
16 million?
16.
Huh?
bad jokes. Wait, no.
I'm expecting.
I don't know how many.
Guess.
I have a number. Go ahead, you first.
100 million?
4 million.
It's like 16 million, I think.
Yeah. It's 16
16
or
million?
17. Yeah.
Oh, you guys repopulated.
Well, we could do
Yo,
better.
yo,
4 million.
Y'all made it back.
That's horrible.
I'm just saying.
We can, you know.
But I thought that was. I just found that out, and I thought that was a.
You think it's a big number or
You
small
think
number?
That's a small number. I thought.
Yeah, it's very small.
Would there be an
Rare
incest
breed.
problem? You have to kill a lot to have an incest problem, right?
What's going
wait,
on?
Wait. What do you mean?
I'm saying you would have to kill a lot of one race to have an incest problem. Like when I think
But
about
Judaism
oh,
is a,
you
is a
mean that they
religion.
would have to like repopulate?
It's a religion, though.
Yeah, but it can only be. He's saying like for it to start to bounce back because they have to. We have to like
have to breed.
interbreed. Look,
a big-
the
it's
thing
a
with
big
Judaism
pool
is
to-
it's the kid's Jewish if the mom's Jewish. So
what?
yeah,
If the dad's
It's like a
chocolate-
plague. It's a plague.
That-
It's a
no.
plague.
It's like a.
no. 'Cause
Yeah. It's like
I-
It's like
it's
a
part of Jewish law because back
recessive
in the day,
gene
You
type of
can't
thing.
know who the
you
dad
couldn't
is,
know who the
but
dad
you can know
was.
who the mom is.
Yeah.
exactly.
So if your mom's Jewish, then you're Jewish.
Jewish.
You consider yourself Jewish, though?
Yeah, for sure.
You
Why?
don't even fucking.
I speak fluent Hebrew.
All right, brother. But now you don't.
That's what counts to. I know the holidays. I've been to Israel.
You
I did the
believe.
whole
You don't
bar
even believe in
mitzvah.
God.
But he practiced. He played.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter.
Dude, he does Hanukkah.
So you see it as more of like the race, like Judaism type of thing, or ethnicity type of thing.
Fuck.
It's like
I see everything.
because you're not a Jew. You're not Jewish, like religiously.
What do
a
you mean?
Jew.
I'm confused now.
Yeah.
You're not a religious Jew.
But it's a
I'm
different
not
kind
I'm
of
not
thing.
an Orthodox Jew. I'm not Orthodox at all in any way, in fact. But I still like. In fact.
It's a culture, so it's a culture, and you can even argue an ethnicity. It's not just a religion.
yeah.
Well, that's what I'm
I see
saying.
it
That's
more
how
as, like,
that's
a
how he
culture
identifies.
thing. I
it
see.
as.
Yeah.
Are you Jewish?
So
Your dad's Jewish, right?
my dad has partial Jewish ancestry. My dad's side of the family has a very weird history. Like it's like
Like what?
okay, so
Were they German?
no, no. So okay, so my mom's side of the family is 100% Italian. That's the easy side. My dad's side of the family is very weird, and like there's a lot of like. Okay, the weirdest person in my dad's family history is my
I was thinking that.
my great grandma called Germaine Bentayu, who
Germaine.
Germaine Bentayu. Yeah, so she's like I'm like trying to figure out more about her because I find her like very interesting to my family's history. She was, to my best understanding, a Sephardic Jewish woman.
Sephardic?
Sephardic.
Sephardic.
It's
You could be Sephardic or Ashkenazi.
or
Is there
Mizrahi
Semitic?
too.
Or Mizrahi.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different types of Jewish people.
We got
and
different types.
Does it mean like they look different, or
They're from different parts of the world. So
But
Sephardic,
what about the Black Israelites?
they're not real Jews. Those people.
Wow.
Yeah.
They were the real Jews.
Have you ever?
According to them, I
Have you
hear
ever
them on
talked
the,
to those
on the
people?
street corners on like 6th Street, and they were the. You guys should
Black
listen to them.
Israelites?
The Black
You mean
Israelites.
Jehovah's Witness?
No, they were the real Jews in Africa.
I used to argue with
they were
those
the real
guys
ones.
at Atlantic Avenue in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Like, they're so fun. Yeah, I love those guys.
Man, I don't know what the fuck.
But
you
sorry,
guys talking about.
continue.
Anyway.
So yeah, so like she was a Sephardic Jew. This is what I think. I don't know 100%, but I'm pretty sure she was a Sephardic Jew whose family moved to France, okay, which was a common thing for Sephardic Jews to do. And
I'm an immigrant from there as well, my grandmother.
and then she actually moved to Montreal. And then she came to, I don't know how
We're
this
cousins.
yeah, well, so my grandpa on my dad's side was a French speaker. He grew up speaking French. Yeah, which is like, okay, and this is why I say like my dad's family is weird because I didn't know he spoke French until the last year of his life.
Your grandpa?
Yeah, I had no idea.
Really?
Yeah, I had no idea.
What?
Yeah, he never spoke it.
How
and
many
then
languages did he speak?
I assumed just English and French. And then
No Italian. You never learned to.
no, the Italian's my mom's side.
Oh, they know,
Yeah,
okay.
so this is my dad's side. And so I was talking to my grandpa. I was like, Grandpa, you speak French? He goes, yeah, my mother was like French.
Oui, ma mère.
And I was like, I just had never heard him speak it ever.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
This is kind of off topic, but it's something that like I'm starting to do now. Is I realized that I didn't actually know much about my grandparents. Like they're still alive, so like I asked them questions. Like what is it like? What was it like back then? What was your mom like? What was your? Because they're my great grandparents, but I've
Did
never
they
met them.
like immigrate anywhere?
Well, from
or,
the
like-
Philippines to here.
Was it like were they seeking refuge, or they just like looked for a better place to live?
No, so basically in the Philippines, there was martial law at the time.
Marshall Mathers.
Yeah, Marshall Mathers. Eminem was spitting bars, and basically
Everyone's all right. Never mind. Go.
So my grandparents had my mom already, and they had actually left her and went to America. They were approved, to come to America, whatever. They worked for a year, then brought my mom over once they had like saved up some money, and then like they petitioned to get like the rest of the family in America, but they just came to America for a better life. That was like the main thing. They were like college educated and stuff like that. So they came to America. But I actually didn't know much about like their life in the Philippines. What it was like back then and stuff. So it's funny that you say that because it's like I just talked to them about like my life almost or like what's going on now. But I never actually realized like, hey, like what was your life like back then?
Yeah, I did that once with my grandmother. I asked her questions and wrote down like her story, and it's
Oh yeah, really
crazy story.
I regret not doing a lot of that too, actually. So like the first time I came down to Austin, my nona That's my like Italian
Yeah,
grandmother.
your grandma, yeah.
she died. You remember the day that? Yeah, I was recording an instructional.
Yeah.
I walked in, like I started crying.
Oh,
I think it was
yeah.
after
That
these.
is
Yeah,
sad.
yeah, after
Yeah.
because like
Super sad.
that weekend I was supposed to go visit her, but I talked to her on the phone like 2 days before, and she was
remember.
like, no, do your instructional. I'm fine.
How'd she go? Just old age or
It was
something?
she was very old. It was I think mainly old age.
You're what? What's wrong with you?
Nothing, dude. Just
What?
continue.
But anyway,
No, my humor is skewed.
okay, all right. But anyway, so I'm lucky in that like the Italian side of my family, it's very easy to trace the history of.
Yeah.
Like it's super easy, and like, yeah, I do wish that I had asked my grandparents just like you like more questions. Yeah, but
If you guys are watching this, go give your grandparents a call. All right. You know, you never know. All right, Jim, you too.
Yeah, it is crazy. Like seeing my grandparents getting so old. Like luckily they're still around or whatever. So it's like I have time to kind of like try to keep in touch with them. But it's like, man, growing up in like middle school or high school or like even college or early jiu-jitsu years, it's like I was so focused in like what I was trying to do that like they were just there getting older. I'm like, fuck, man. You know, it's sad. It's sad.
it's weird because like
Part of life.
when my grandpa died, it was like a surreal moment. It was like.
How old were you?
This was like 3 years ago, so not
that
that
was
long
very
ago.
recent, yeah.
Yeah, and it was just like really, it was like obviously super sad, but beyond that, even it was like this surreal experience of like, wow, like he's actually not here. Like it was like a weird, because like you go your whole life and they're always
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Most depressing Simple Man podcast,
Dude, right? Fuck, man.
No, we got ups and downs, you know.
It happened.
All right. Hold on. So we started off with your origin stories here, and we still, all this time, haven't made it to when you first got
Yeah.
to Renzo Gracie Academy,
Yeah,
when
so-
we all wound
Jumped
up
him.
in that blue. Jumped him?
Oh no.
No.
Yeah, Damien jumped me on the street, and afterwards I said, "Where do you train?" He said, "Follow me, kid."
Imagine that.
Yeah,
happened.
continue.
So what happened was, so it's actually funny how I ultimately went to Renzo's, and I don't know if I've ever talked about this, the exact like the night that I first went to Renzo's on like a podcast or anything.
You're about to hear it here first.
I may
The
have
very
said it
first
before.
time.
probably.
Never heard before.
So anyway, I did my undergrad partially at Stony Brook, but then I transferred to Queens College because that's not really that interesting. I just didn't like Stony Brook that much, and I transferred over to Queens College, and I finished my undergrad there, and then I started doing grad school, and I was already looking into where I was going to do my PhD, and I was training a lot, but I was training at like I was training at Shaolin's on 8th Avenue, Vidar Shaolin's school.
Shaolin's, yeah.
Yeah. And I started
That's a really nice looking gym, is
Yeah.
it not? It has like, it's kind of like windows, like 2
Yeah,
floor
for sure.
things.
Mats on the ground.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
beautiful school.
good looking place.
Yeah.
Fuck you. You know what I mean?
It's a good looking school. I
It has
agree.
windows.
Have you been there?
No, I've never been
Fuck
there.
you. It's a
It's
very
because
aesthetic gym.
He means comparatively to Renzo's, because Renzo's is like
It has windows and stairs as well.
Dude, where
What are
the
you
bat
talking
the
about?
No, but not where we trained.
No.
though.
It's a nice gym. Fuck you.
It's smaller
You
though,
know
but yeah, ups and downs.
You're saying Renzo's wasn't nice?
the basement's a little sad. It's under a basement.
especially the
number
old
one.
mats, they were gross.
They were gross.
Honestly,
Yeah.
a brand new person walking into Renzo's, they're gonna be amazed. It's a 3-floor gym.
That's
That's
cool.
impressive.
Like
It's yeah. You know what? The top two
full
were pretty
cage
cool.
upstairs,
Yeah. That's
boxing
pretty cool. That's
ring.
pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
There's like a cage essentially downstairs or on the main
So
floor.
the more cages, the better, huh?
And then there's 2 mat spaces, one huge mat space, 3 or 4 showers.
But we
There's-
never saw any of that. We just saw like
Yeah,
one
we just saw the downstairs.
disgusting
Yeah.
mat.
But it's a matter of perspective.
Yeah, our perspective was shit.
But
All
to the-
right,
Oh, go on, go
anyway.
on. So Vitor Shaolin.
So I trained
Or
at
not
Vita-
Vitor Shaolin.
I trained at Shaolin's, and I was competing, but primarily in the gi actually.
Wow.
Yeah, and but still, like my mindset was philosophy. Like that's what I was gonna do. And then I started to get interested in leg locks from watching just Imanari videos on YouTube. And then I was like asking people, where can I learn leg locks in New York? Like, who's a good leg lock guy? And the name that came up was this guy they called Heel Hook Eddie. Like, oh, there's this guy.
Heel Hook Eddie.
Yeah, that's how he was described to me.
Really?
Yeah, they said, oh, there's this guy Heel Hook Eddie at Renzo's. And I was like, Heel Hook Eddie? I was like, I've never heard of him. Like, I was very studious. Like, I I knew tons of super obscure leg lock guys. I thought I knew who all the best leg lock
Did
guys
you know who
were.
Gary Tonin was at the time?
I
or
knew who
no?
Gary Tonin was.
wow,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Did you know John? Or
I-
did you first hear about Eddie?
I'd heard of John through ShareDog.com, like internet forums, like
Oh.
people talking about him.
ShareDog.
The first time I ever learned about John was a quote someone said where it's like you can simultaneously. I'm butchering the quote, but it was something to the effect of you can simultaneously enjoy like having sex with chicks and also philosophy. And I remember thinking like that's an amazing quote, but like, yeah.
Okay.
So that's the first I ever heard of John.
All right.
Right. And so then, anyway, so I started to ask, where can I learn leg locks? And people said, this guy, Heel Hook Eddie. And I was like, okay, I've never heard of this guy. And they said, oh, he has a match coming up against Denny Prokopos. It's going to stream on ShareDog. Yeah, this is in 2015.
That guy went off the rails.
Yeah, he's
Lost his mind.
He is not even funny anymore. It's just sad.
It's just a
I think
shame.
it's funny. A little
It was funny at
It's
first,
pretty funny,
but it's
yeah.
got to the point where it's like
What happened? It's entertaining.
he offered his
lost his
service
mind.
to the Greek military.
Oh, I don't know that.
Yeah, like,
Explain this.
well, he's a Eddie Bravo black belt who
I
kind
know
of
who- yeah.
went off. But I'm just saying like the listeners
yep.
who don't per se, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he went off the deep end, like kind of. I mean, I don't know him very well. I just know what I see on. I check his page every once in a while. 'cause
What was that Greek military thing?
So he he like offered he went to Greece and he's of Greek descent or he might even be a Greek citizen. I don't know.
Prokopos, right?
Extremely
Yeah.
proud of his Greek
He
heritage.
likes Mediterranean food.
Yeah.
So-
I like olives. Mandatory. It's mandatory. All right. Anyway.
So he went to Greece and he Instagram tagged the Greek president and said I know of a conspiracy against our government.
Oh, that's
I
one
offer
way to do it.
My jujitsu services to defend us. Wow.
Damn.
I don't know
It's
if
a
there was
long shot.
response.
Yeah.
Never use jujitsu against a gun.
Yeah.
Maybe he knows something we don't.
He once,
I don't know.
He once posted a screenshot of I can't remember. It was either like a Coinbase or E-Trade, like some type of investment portfolio or whatever, with like
It's heavy in the red.
like no,
A lot of
he's
debt.
like- it's like $30K in there, and he's like building an empire
Oh
or something like that. I'm like, oh god. He's like, oh my god.
That's
so
like
sad.
tame for him though. That's not
It's-
that bad.
I don't know. That's the first time I realized like, oh, this guy's out of his mind.
Yeah.
I mean, 30K. You could build an empire. You could.
Sure, that thing is
Start small.
Yeah. Very small empire.
But anyway, so Eddie versus Denny Prokopos.
Couple people. You could, all right.
So I
That's
tuned
Denny.
I tuned in to watch his match, and I was like, "Oh, that's Eddie from the mat room." I remember it was the same guy.
You met Eddie, and then you heard of Heel Hook Eddie.
and then I heard of Heel Hook Eddie. I
And
didn't
you're
know
like, it can't be him.
no,
He's-
because I didn't even remember his name. I just remembered him as
okay.
the guy from Stony Brook who I went to
Okay,
that
okay,
Naga
okay,
one
okay,
time
okay.
with, and I also did. I also went to a Grappler's Quest Beast of the East with him one time.
I know. I remember that.
Yeah. Yeah, those were great events. They were awesome. Yeah. But anyway, so I watched this match and it's kind of a boring match, but ultimately Eddie catches him with an outside heel hook. And I
that was like 18 minutes, right? It was like a
was,
long.
it
it
match.
was very
yeah.
like they were very both of them were super conservative. like
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
very
yeah.
little. Yeah. So immediately I,
hated
loved
that
it.
match.
So-
Oh yeah.
Immediately you were hooked.
I was hooked.
You were like, this is my thing. I can't go wrong. He just did one thing and it worked after almost 20 minutes. Shit.
So I was like, all right, I gotta go. Seriously, I was like, I gotta go learn from this guy. I was like, if this
That's
guy's-
the match where you
Yeah,
like,
that was the
gotta
match.
learn from this guy.
yeah, because I was like,
Dude.
at the time I was like, I just want to learn leg locks. I didn't even care that much about jujitsu.
You know, I thought my intro to Eddie was seeing him shred people to fucking smithereens
On the
in,
mat, like in
the-
Henzo's.
No, in EBI events. When
What?
Yeah.
Dude, that's so late.
Well, that was when I like saw him like really. I'm like, okay, that's fucking
Wow.
impressive.
Wow.
And then he came to then he did it. But like
Seminar in
that's
Montreal.
that's a thing that like drew me to like.
But he
okay.
still won the match though, right? Like he heel hooked the guy.
Yeah.
Like,
Eddie. Oh,
Yeah.
but so then that's the one that he lost to Gio.
No,
that was
before.
way later.
Do you think Eddie's leg
Eddie
lock?
did EBI before that.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Do you think Eddie's leg lock level is up to par with like today's traditional leg lockers?
Yes.
I think the leg locks are for sure.
Yeah.
But
yeah, the leg lock.
I don't think. I would be surprised. I'm very curious. Like he's an amazing grappler. I'm very curious to see how he deals with like the continuations after failed leg attacks, like taking the back or coming up for guard passes like body locks, like because
Dude, I remember training with him and like when he's not cutting, he's not like, you know, I don't know, when he's just doing whatever he wants to do in the gym, he's very fluid. Like his guard passing was crazy good.
I remember he had good guard passing.
His guillotines were crazy good. His like follow-ups to the back, his strangling on the back, like he was super well-rounded. But
the thing is, I was a
didn't
white
compete.
belt back then, so I like everyone was a god back then. Like everyone, I was like, oh my
I
god.
was still shit, but like I thought I was good, and he's just like, it was crazy. It was
Just
like
fucking you
rolling
up.
around with barbed wire. It was anything I do, I was like, oh Jesus.
I used to be so scared when I rolled with him.
I
Yeah.
used to be as well. Yeah,
It's a funny story. So Eddie,
scary.
You ever
great
hurt-
guy.
You ever hurt anybody?
He hurt every single
a
person.
lot of people. Yeah,
so
definitely.
so it was like a funny joke. So
First
basically,
time I touched him, I got my elbow popped. It's
Get-
terrible.
With the Tegatame?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it,
he
it-
broke-
it immediately popped my elbow. It was like the first exchange in our round.
he broke me in that too. But
I would
so-
be so scared to go towards his hips, to like place my hands
I
on
know.
his hips.
I'm like, I don't want to touch you.
Yeah.
I fuck another 6 minutes with you on the clock. Jesus. It's
Yeah.
painful.
So Gary had a gym in Jersey, so it's like an hour away from Renzo's, and you know the guys that were getting a bit better, they wanted some tougher training, so then they'd go to Renzo's, and Gary would bring them. So basically, every single student that Gary had brought to Renzo's, Eddie has popped.
yeah. yeah.
It like Gordon, me, Nicky, Chris Saab, and then anybody else that had
Another
come.
one is Andrew Vidal. Remember he told me that?
Oh,
he
Andrew got
popped.
broken by him. Yeah, yeah.
Bad or what?
Oh, was it a heel hook? I think his was.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like
Yeah, yeah.
What's the worst break you guys have ever witnessed? We've never really delved into
In
that.
person
I don't-
or on video?
Anything
On
in
video,
person.
I've seen. I mean, Craig Jones, Vinny Michaelish.
Oh yeah, that was. I saw that in person.
Did
that
you,
was
yeah?
fucked. Yeah.
You guys should watch Masakazu Imanari versus Mike Brown. This is, I think, the worst break I've ever seen. Or
What submission?
It's a weird toe hold heel hook thing. It's really just a reap.
By
And it
Imanari?
explodes his knee. Yeah, Imanari versus Mike Brown. And then another really gross one is Ikuhisa Minowa versus, I actually forget the guy's name. It was a debuting like Norwegian guy who had never fought before.
So a bad debut.
Yeah, Minowa snaps his leg like completely in half. Wow.
How, like his knee sideways or what?
The leg goes, like the shin turns this way.
Dude, your Kimura ADCC
Hey,
Trials,
yep, that was good.
that has to be the
was
one of the
good.
worst.
That was a juicy.
That was
one.
on Steve-O's what fucking thing. Yeah, Steve-O,
Oh,
you know,
a while
from
ago,
Jackass
though,
or
right?
whatever. Yeah, it was a while ago. He posted about that.
Don't do jujitsu. This is what's going to happen to you.
Maybe.
Pretty much.
What we do is pretty intense.
It's pretty
Like,
gross.
we do it
also.
every single day.
It's
But in
disgusting.
competition,
It's
bro, honestly, it's fucking dangerous. Like we're out there
Yeah.
trying to break people.
When I explain jujitsu to people, they look at me like they're like, "You fucking do that?" Because it's like they're like, "Have you ever broke anybody?" And I'm like, "Yeah," but it's like, you know, you're just tearing some ligaments and like whatever. It's like they usually tap. It's not that big of a deal, and they're like, just mind blown. They're like, "I can't believe you fucking do that."
You're so cool. How
It's
do
so
you do it?
scary.
Sheesh. That's what they say to me, at least. Okay, so diverting a little bit there. Sorry.
So
We
you
are-
live in Thailand now, right?
No, I mean, now I'm here.
Yeah. Oh, you're
I'm
here.
sort of
right?
in between places right now. Yeah.
You're a nomad.
Yeah, more or less. But hold on, we'll get to that part of the story. That's like way ahead.
Yes.
We're getting
so,
there. We're getting
so
there.
going back to so I went to Renzo's, and my first day at Renzo's ever. I knew John was like, the reason I was there was mainly to train with Eddie. But I still wanted. I knew who John was, and I wanted to learn from him. So I knew he was the coach. So I went up to John my very first day. I introduced myself, and he actually, you know, like spoke back to me, and he was like, I said, "Hi, my name is Robert Degle. I'm here to learn leg locks." And he was like, "This is a good place for that." And I was like,
You've
"Yeah,
come to the
great."
right place.
Yeah, actually, I think that's what he said verbatim.
Wow.
Might have been that. Yeah.
I swear I could channel.
It's ingrained in us.
It is.
Yeah. But so then I left for like a week and didn't come back. I was moving like apartments. So, and then when I came back, I went up to him again and said, "Hey, just want to say hi, I'm back." And he just looked at me like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And didn't say anything to me. And I was like, "Oh." And that's when I learned, I was like, "Oh, okay, wait, you have to earn the right to speak to him."
Yeah, I have no idea because like I just came with Gary, so and I didn't know like the etiquettes of.
It's a different. It was like a different
anything.
way to get into the team, basically.
Yeah, I didn't know.
For me, like, and then what happened was I trained for about a year and like never spoke to him. You know, for a year I was just kind of there. And then
What year? Do you remember when you first were training there?
So when I first got there, it was 2015. So it was the week after the Denny Prokopos match. So the Denny Prokopos match happened. I came for my first session. I said hi to him. and then I came back a week later. So my first session was a week, and then I signed up like a week later. So I think this is the end of 2015, and then and I was pretty consistent from then on. And so like,
Okay, so when did you first see us at Renzo's?
I mean, I saw you guys there, but I wasn't really like on the team until John pulled me aside. So like he pulled me aside like probably like.
Do you have competitive aspirations?
Yeah, that's what he asked me. Yeah,
Same thing.
yeah. He asked me a bunch of questions.
He asked me that twice. He forgot he asked me. I'm so serious.
He promoted Jeff Gallardo to purple belt twice.
Didn't he do
Yeah.
that to someone else too?
Taras has done that with me
What?
as well. Yeah, I think
That's-
it's a very common thing that just happens.
Dude,
yeah.
that's so funny. That's so funny.
It's a little. It's funny and it's also sad.
It's like you're a 3-stripe purple. He gives you a purple. You're like, am I demoted?
yeah, he's like, congratulations. Like, oh fuck, I gotta restart now.
Yeah, like he promotes like Jeff to like purple belt like 1 year or whatever, and then like 2 or 3 years go by, and then he's like, Jeff Gallardo's been working very hard. Here's your purple belt, and then he like takes it. Thank you.
Yeah,
And then-
he's like,
Yeah, yeah.
thanks. I really appreciate it.
We're like, bro, what? He's like, I got my purple belt now.
Because people were like scared to correct him ever.
Yeah, for sure.
What are you gonna? That just
Yeah.
looks bad on you. It's just
Yeah.
like you already gave me.
Take
one.
it on the chin,
Well,
bro.
to be honest, I don't know
just fucking-
anybody's belt in the gym at B team for the most part.
Look at the wall.
I thought you were a
What'd you say?
black
I
belt.
look at the wall.
I
I'm
thought
a-
you were a black belt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, what? Like,
No, yeah. I thought Sal was a blue belt for like 8 months, probably.
he's a purple.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always guess one above what I actually think. That's my.
I usually
my
guess
go-to.
purple because purple like it's
Purple's good.
It's
yeah.
advanced enough to not be offensive.
Guessing
right?
blue is you're fuck you.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
It's like, what?
There's some really good blue belts though.
Yeah, but still, you don't assume they're a blue belt.
Like I think Dorian's a blue
assume they're
belt. Dorian's a
belt
blue belt, right? Or is he a purple belt?
yeah, but I wouldn't
He should.
assume he's. I would assume he's like a fucking purple belt. But he's a kid. He can't, right? Isn't that the rule?
He can do whatever
he's
he wants.
17, 18.
Yeah,
my
he
dog.
can do whatever he
Yeah,
wants.
he's
That
a
guy,
fucking
man.
beast. Oh, Dorian!
Just
he
won.
just won. He just
Just
won
won.
combat
CJJ.
jiu-jitsu,
You train with him ever?
bantamweight.
Yeah,
B team?
I've had one round with him. It was brutal.
nightmare. Brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
a monster.
fucking good, man.
Do you remember the end of the round? You were like, I was like dying, and you yelled something. You were like, "Don't get past." I was like,
Oh
"Ugh."
yeah.
Yeah, and I was like,
Corner.
there's a minute and a half
You
left.
were
I was like,
gonna give up.
yeah, and then I was like, fine. I was like, okay. I have to
Sometimes you need that little kick in the butt. Man.
Yeah,
That's
I
what-
got him.
I was leaving. I was going to the shower. I'm like sick. There's no line. I'm gonna be quick. And I see Degle about to quit, like a half guard pass. I'm like, don't, hey, get your knee back inside there. And he fought.
I will say the round ended. I did get him an outside ashi. I had him an outside ashi, and I was digging for the heel. That's what
Were I not to shout?
Had
at
you not said that, I would have just given up. Probably. I was fucking
There you
so
go.
tired.
Fuck
I
yeah.
had just
He's
come
got
back.
a crazy.
How's
gas tank.
his leg defense?
I mean, his early stage leg defense is good because it's hard to wrap him up. I mean, I think that was the first entanglement I got him in. It was a 10-minute round. So if in 10 minutes I can only get you in one entanglement, that's good. But late stage, like, I don't know. I haven't really.
The round ended. Round ended. Yeah.
I mean, he did well. I watched the whole tournament. Like, bro, I knew he was going to win. I
Oh
saw that
yeah,
bracket,
for
and,
sure, for sure.
Those
mean,
are grown men though. Combat jiu-jitsu against a
Dude,
teenager.
Dorian is the
he is-
strongest like 135er I've ever felt.
Bro, he'll
He's the
rip your
greatest
tricep
wrestler
off.
in the country in his
Yeah.
like his size.
yeah,
and,
like,
Absolutely,
his
he
age.
won Fargo most recently. I think he's won Super 32s, like state
Yeah,
champ.
so it's like
Insane.
he's gonna beat the crap out of those guys. The only thing is, can he stop their jiu-jitsu? And the thing is, so even if
Overtime.
positionally Dorian might lose like in different positions, it's so hard to actually get Dorian in those positions. He does. It's like if there's an inch, he's immediately out, and then when he gets an inch, he's immediately fully in.
He's so
Yeah,
good
yeah.
moving side to side.
very I knew
shuffles
for
the feet well, yeah.
like I had no doubt that he was gonna win.
Did he? You pulled guard on him? I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, I pulled guard.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm working on my wrestling. I've been doing some wrestling rounds at B team.
Like working on your wrestling is not good for fucking Dorian. You're not gonna like.
I'm not. And,
I think
it's gonna be
opposite.
unrealistic to think.
I think the opposite. I think that's the best way to go against him.
Did you? How was his guard passing once you pulled?
He's good. His guard pass
good,
is
yeah.
good.
I think
like it's high
sorry.
paced. It's not like he's not like a sophisticated like elite guard passer, but sometimes like is moving side to side constantly
Yeah.
and diving in and out constantly.
It's exhausting.
It's gonna wear out your guard if you can't
Yeah.
hold on to their
That's the
legs at
thing.
all. You can't slow them down.
That's why I think actually like wrestling with Dorian is the best like quote unquote strategy because it's like even if he takes you down, you're now connected to him, which you can start
Oh, yeah,
using
he
that for
has
your
to-
advantage.
yeah,
You can
yeah.
scramble to the back, but like guard passing,
fair, yeah.
he's fucking throwing side to side, working around. It's so much harder to get a hold of him.
Yeah, that's a good point actually.
Yeah, so it's like
If he has to rush to take you down, then you get the
he has to get
entanglement
shoulder to
on you
hips,
down.
shoulder to
Yeah,
hips. It's like okay, now I have a front head. I might be down, but I'm gonna use this to start now. You know,
It's
working
pretty
my-
good, like getting north south, choking guys out, north south choke.
I've seen him. I've seen him north south a couple of
Yeah.
people. Yeah. I still don't really think it's a real move.
It's kind of hard to do.
How's
Yeah,
that
I don't
real
know.
move?
It's
How
real.
so is
I've
hit it at
never been
ADCC?
subbed by it.
That doesn't mean it's not real.
I think.
Craig.
Well,
Craig
if
will
he
hit you.
locks it up, yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I actually don't think if he gets north south that he's going to be able to north south choke me.
You mean Dorian or like a person?
a person?
I think it fits their
I'll just
thing
fucking
there.
turn my fucking head in,
No, there's like they'll shimmy their lat into
dude.
your
Fucking
face.
inside position, turn my fucking head in. Like, I think if you lock it up for sure. But you guys been subbed by a north south choke?
No,
Craig's,
I get
Craig's
out.
hit me with north south. Yeah,
I've done north south before.
I also don't know how to finish them.
I've hit them, but like maybe like 5 times.
I don't
in
think
my
like
life.
when I hit them
Like,
on somebody, I don't think it actually works. I think they just like
a
tap
part of
because
me
it's, like,
does think I do
like,
agree.
you know what I'm talking about? Like, I
yeah.
was like,
I'm like,
eh.
yeah, he could have got out of that.
You're like, did I really do this?
Did he just kind of give up? there?
Yeah,
I don't know.
exactly.
I have wondered throughout the years like why more people don't do them. And like
You have a theory?
no, not really. I've just wondered because like
You
I've
fought
messed around
MMA.
with it. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, yeah, That's
yeah.
I left that part of the story out actually.
I forgot about this.
I
Yeah.
was I was just like a dumb blue belt, and my coach asked me if I
Weren't
wanted.
we all?
Yeah. He asked. So I should not have done these fights. Like I had
Why?
no.
But you won. You
yeah,
won.
I had 4 fights. I won 2 out of 2, and the other 2 that I lost, they weren't like bad losses.
They were decision.
They were decisions, and
Yeah,
I would say like you could argue that I won both of them.
Go back and contest them.
So explain to us how does this
Yeah.
MMA go?
So I mean, I was a blue belt who was just training for fun, and then my coach who. So I trained at. So I left certain things out, obviously, right? I trained at another place in addition to Kyoto, called Belmore Kickboxing Academy, which was basically just like a.
What?
Yeah, no. I didn't do kickboxing.
Okay.
There were no-gi classes there. I wanted to do. I
Well,
wanted
you
to
didn't do any striking?
I did like no striking. Yeah.
Oh my god! And you had a mixed martial arts fight. What did you do? What like?
pulled guard.
In all my
Really?
fights. Yeah.
Holy shit! And you won.
Yeah. So the first fight. So literally.
I guess it's possible.
My training for the first fight was watching Imanari videos and then doing Imanari rolls on another blue belt. And I was like, I'm just gonna go try and do that.
Wow.
That's what. But
How
I,
did
oh,
they-
Wait. But in New York, there's no ground and pound, right?
no, there is. This was
There's
was
no ground and pound.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something?
In New York, it's either New York or New Jersey. In amateur MMA, there's no ground and pound to the head.
That's before it was. Now it's sanctioned, so there's like more regulations. This was
Okay,
before
okay.
it was sanctioned.
Oh, wow.
So they were amateur fights first of all.
these are basically. It was the same rules as like a pro level fight. Like,
Okay, so
except
no
the
shin guards.
no shin guards,
Yeah, yeah.
kicks, elbows, knees,
Wow, yeah.
everything. Yeah,
To the head, everything.
everything. Yeah.
How did they let you like? How did you get in?
I mean,
there?
it was super ghetto. Like the first fight, I just pulled guard right away, shot into an ashigarami, reaped, caught the heel, we rolled, and then I finished him.
Wow.
Like that's the whole fight,
Wow,
right?
wow.
And I was like, dude, I had the heel, and he turned and he hit me on the forehead with 2 shots, and I was like, fuck, this better fucking work.
if he gets out of this, I'm fucked.
yeah, and we
He just
rolled.
runs out the cage.
Yeah. I quit.
Well, we hit the cage, which helped, and then I finished the heel hook.
That's it. No.
What's that?
No.
No, I don't want to say
Unless you want to say it.
No, I don't want to say it.
Say it.
It's just what popped in my head. But go
Okay,
continue.
so anyway, and then I had 3 more fights where like I won't go through every fight, but literally every fight I tried the same thing, and I will say I did pretty well, all things considered.
50%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and even
Success rate,
like I said, if you even watch the fights that I lost, I don't look.
Arguably could have won.
Arguably could have won. Like
Did you strike in
It's
those
him
fights
getting
that you lost?
fucking
so I only really I
I
only really threw a lot of punches in one fight. So before my 3rd fight, which is that's
How
a
did you
story in
throw up?
itself.
Did you never?
I didn't really throw that. I was just going for heel hooks and I went for triangles too.
all right. Question. Before those fights, because so let me just preface this.
Preface.
I watched we were on the rise together.
Yeah, I'll never forget this.
Yeah.
I talk about this story a lot because it is funny.
All right, so
is
you give your
So I just think it's an interesting story of like the differences in terms of like preparation for a
Yes,
match, right?
yes.
We both had the same result. We both got a heel hook in a minute. Before the match, I'm like, all right, I can't find much tape on my opponent, but I found 2 matches and he's probably gonna go for this. I had like all these game plans, and Damien's like, I'm just gonna rape this guy. And then I had competed against Damien's opponent, and I was like, Damien, watch his knee cut's good. This is good.
Yeah,
like,
he comes up to me. He's done this multiple times.
You start stressing him out.
Yeah, no, I didn't mean to.
Like, get out of my head. Damien's there in sunglasses, like, I'm gonna fuck this guy up. He's just like, watch out, he's really good. You're like, gotta warm up.
I'm just trying to give him information, right?
Yeah, some anxiety, you know.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
yeah. It's so sorry. You were gonna
So
say.
basically, like, so yeah, we're in the same room, and he's like, you gotta watch out for this. You gotta watch out for this. Whatever. And I'm like, I'm gonna go fucking. I said, rape.
Who was
You
your
definitely
opponent?
said rape. I
I
remember
don't
that
want
specifically.
Should I say it? I mean,
Simple man.
I don't know. I like
I'm
the
simple
guy. I
man
like the
then.
guy.
He's a nice guy.
Oh,
on.
no way.
Yeah,
You could be,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So
I mean, I think he is good. Like I had,
he's good.
I had a match with him years before.
He's been coming to B team.
Yeah,
quite a bit.
yeah.
He's a really fun round. He has good
Yeah,
pressure.
fun
He has
guy.
good guard passing pressure.
So go out there.
He
Sub
does
him.
have a good knee cut. Is
Yeah,
that what you told
That's
Damien?
what I told him. Yeah.
He fucking
that's what you
warned
said?
you.
Yeah, I gave you the correct information.
I don't even remember what
yeah.
you said.
Yeah.
To be honest.
He does have a good knee cut.
but,
he wasn't listening to you.
Anyways,
As always.
so after we both win, Rob comes back into the changing room and starts headbutting the walls or something like that. He's like, oh yeah! I'm like, oh my god!
I don't
Like,
remember.
Rob, like
I don't remember
victorious-
that actually.
Yeah, you fucking like I don't know if it was your head
It
or
was-
the hand. Like,
so I'll
you were
tell-
like, yeah. I was like, oh,
I'll tell you what it was. I
Rob,
was just so
Jesus.
relieved that it was over.
But now,
You know what's funny? You guys have a similar like victory, like rage, but you're happy for your own reasons, and he's just relieved that it fucking passed smoothly.
dude, like I remember. Oh no, actually not. But so for the MMA fight, what were your emotions like before? Because that's way more dangerous.
I wasn't
than,
nervous because I didn't care.
You
I
didn't
was,
care about
it
getting.
was just like
that's
what,
interesting.
I didn't really give a shit.
So are you nervous in not saying that you are nervous, but if you were to be nervous in
Right,
jiu-jitsu,
if I was, right.
if you were,
Yeah.
are you more nervous because like there's injury or because it breaks the brand a little bit?
I mean, like, so what gets me nervous is that like, this is gonna sound like super stupid, but like I always looked up to people who people who I wanted to be as good as, right? And I was like, oh, if I ever get leg locked, which I have been now, then I'm never going to be as good as Imanari, who at the time I had never seen get leg locked. But now he has, right? So, yeah. But I was like,
Oh, he has by who?
John Calistine heel hooked him.
Oh, wow,
He
I
got
didn't
heel hooked by
realize
Gary.
Didn't Nicky?
Oh,
no,
yeah,
Nicky
yeah.
strangled
Nicky
him.
took his back. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I was like, if I ever get leg locked, I'll never be as good as Imanari, which is like, I think a very stupid way to look at things, but like, that's how I saw it. So I would go
Just
out
that
there.
it matters to you.
Yeah, I cared about
Like
it.
if I were to
Yeah.
go compete in fucking badminton, I'd be like,
But there's no threat of danger.
But,
if
like,
you don't
okay,
care
so-
about boxing, you'd be nervous as shit going into a boxing
I would
fight.
just not do it. That'd be my strat. But yeah, no,
But
like
that's what I'm saying. You
okay,
wouldn't do
it's more
badminton
danger.
either.
I could do it.
You wouldn't do boxing though.
No, it's dangerous.
Yeah,
All right, go on.
I guess like for me, like it's more so about like holding myself to a high standard and wanting to be very good, right? And like that's what has caused nerves for me in the past. But for the MMA fights, I didn't really care that much. I
You
was
didn't
just-
intend on being a very good mixed martial artist. It was
Yeah.
just like you were going another direction anyway, so it doesn't matter. If
I
you,
wanted to
you
like
know.
the reason why I did it was because like I was like it'll be interesting to see if I can leg lock people. Like that was like honestly, and at the time I was a blue belt. I couldn't do heel hooks in jiu-jitsu tournaments. So I was like, oh, it's
Like,
a
oh, I'll just fight.
MMA.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is honestly like a big part of why I did it.
I have a question now. When did you stop being a wrestler and moving to leg lock?
As
you
soon as I started jiu-jitsu, I
Really?
stopped wrestling.
You stopped wrestling
so,
altogether.
Like my first jiu-jitsu practice ever, I like just was like, I want to learn how to play guard because I thought to myself, this is like a way more efficient way to start like grappling. I was like, it's tiring to take someone down.
Full card.
I'll just sit down.
Nicky Rod's like, why the fuck? Am I here?
Why are you in my house?
Yeah.
If you're better at what happens after you get the connection, then pulling guard's not a bad idea. get connected, get winning.
You came in. Okay, I heard you saying this the other day that you started jiu-jitsu because you were bouncing.
Oh yeah,
and some guy was like, "Come do jiu-jitsu," and then you
I
fucked
think
them
we
up.
talked about this, but we can talk about it.
But
Yeah, yeah.
like,
Yeah, pretty much. I
Yeah.
was I was like doing the fitness model stuff with Wilhelmina while I was bouncing and working at Home Depot and going to community college. And yeah, pretty much when I was bouncing, these guys were like, "Oh, jiu-jitsu's better than wrestling." I was like, "This can't be true."
can't be true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. You guys kind of came to jiu-jitsu from opposite ends. You were like, clearly it's better, and you're like, no, it's not better.
But still stemmed from wrestling.
It stemmed from wrestling.
Yep.
It's a common like American grappling.
Yeah.
Yeah,
American
yeah, for
grappling.
sure.
Yeah.
Great name.
American grappling. That's what you wanted the beat.
That was
to
gonna
right?
be beat for like 10 minutes in the group chat. It was gonna be some
American submission
a
grappling.
normal
something
name.
like ASG,
That's not bad.
something
That's
like
pretty
that.
And
good,
then
actually.
it would have been like very official. And Craig's like, nah,
BT.
BT mate.
I'm like, all right.
It's
I mean,
funny.
it's been great. Honestly.
Yeah,
The
that's
fucking
good,
the
that's good.
name, the merch. Yeah,
killing it.
we're doing it. YouTube is going crazy.
B team is not even a gym at this point. It is a merch brand that just happens to have a
Yeah,
gym.
we just train. We
It just happens to have
lease
a
space.
team of the best jiu-jitsu practitioners in the world.
It is like a very.
But the merch is the business. B team is merch. Like you go to a
but
tournament.
It's not just merch. It's our high quality instruction and merch
Well, I'm saying
It's
like
the
and,
internal
and
conflict.
YouTube content.
the brand B team. You
This
can
is
consider
this
it
is
to
the
be-
conspiracy in action
You can
right
consider
now.
it a merch store. No.
Doesn't every jiu-jitsu place sell merch though?
All right. What about revenue wise? What brings in the most money for B team?
The amount that we move merch is unheard of.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what
what I'm
he's
saying.
saying. Yeah,
That's not what you
he's
said.
Wait, no, it is.
No, that's
But-
not what you said.
You know what? I'm not even gonna weigh in. I don't fucking.
All right, never mind. I don't care. But then, no. That's what I'm saying. Like it's such a popular brand for merch. Like you can consider it a merch store that just happens to have a gym. Is what I'm saying. It's like it's. Like,
I would say B Team's more of a team that sells merch and has a gym.
It's team merch gym.
Because the location's cool, but it's us. It's all everybody that works together. That is
Yeah,
B
yeah,
Team.
yeah.
For
For
there's
sure.
no I in team, but there's M
in
for merch.
and a CH for cash.
Chavo.
Cash. Chavos.
Sheesh.
All right. What next topic? What are we going on to?
You want me to continue with like my origin
Yes.
story? Of
Oh,
how-
this has been the longest origin story.
He asked me to start at my birth.
It's unfolding.
All right,
Be patient.
I'll fast forward.
The world.
He's giving the philosophy of his.
The guys want to know who the fuck you are.
right,
Like
so-
we've never delved into. I don't know. How many podcasts have you done in your life?
I've done
What?
I've done
delved.
Delved?
I've done a lot, but usually they ask the same.
Yeah. See, it's
Yeah.
fucking boring.
What?
That's the same question. What do you think about jujitsu?
Yeah,
No,
something
yeah, I
like
thought
that.
we were just gonna
What was
be
training with John
bullshitting.
Danaher like?
We could be bullshitting. What do you guys want?
That's why I like the bullshit. But I mean, continue.
Yeah, all right. I'll fast forward the story to get it done faster. All right,
Damien's
so-
getting impatient.
I'm like, I want to get to some high level clips.
Do
for
you think you
Instagram.
can beat the shit out of a kid? Can you beat the shit?
Oh wait, have you gotten to a street fight?
Yeah.
Oh, explain
You
to us
wanna-
this.
All right. So, do you guys know Port Jefferson on Long Island? No. Okay.
I thought this was a person. I was like, why are you
No,
gonna call him out?
No.
Do I know? I don't know Port Jefferson. Who's that?
It's like one
So
of our students.
Port Jefferson's
Yeah.
like a bar town.
Okay.
And I was there with a couple of my friends, and this is after I had started jiu-jitsu.
Wow.
And I
Okay,
don't-
what level? What level now?
Intermediate.
I don't remember.
Definitely intermediate.
Still intermediate.
I was definitely not in the advanced division yet.
Okay.
No, I honestly don't remember what belt I was.
Okay.
But I was at a bar, and I don't drink, so I hate going to bars. But
Okay.
my friends wanted to go.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and I was like zoning out, and like I think I was looking at this girl's ass.
Oh,
and
nice.
Then
You're a zone.
yeah, her boyfriend.
He's looking at it like this.
He walks right up to her.
This guy got pissed off.
Yeah, it's her husband or something. I don't
More like zoned in.
He's looking at he's looking at her ass through the stall in the bathroom.
He's like this. He's like, I don't know what the fuck her
He's like,
problem was.
this
but-
fucking douchebag is pissed off
yeah,
at me. He's like,
it's fucking hurt. Yeah.
I was looking at her ass through the window of her house.
I don't know what her problem was. Anyway.
All right, go on.
So
go on.
we're in her living room.
Her boyfriend comes out of the house and says, her boyfriend comes out to the house.
No, he's
Oh,
joking.
okay, okay. I'm like, oh, you weren't? What the fuck is wrong with you?
No, her boyfriend comes up to me and he's like, are you looking at my girlfriend's ass? And I was like, yeah, I guess so.
that
right?
And I was like, bro, like, does it matter? And he goes, we're gonna go outside. I'm like, oh, God.
Oh,
And
shit.
he was super drunk.
Of
So
course,
we
of
go
course.
outside and he threw like a wild left hook.
Oh, so you went outside knowing you're gonna fight him?
yeah, I knew this guy wanted.
And
to
you
fight
were
me.
totally okay with that?
Yeah, I was like, I'm just gonna take him down.
Deagle's
Wow,
like,
really?
Yeah, I'm not gonna pull
Deagle's
guard
like,
to
I
fight.
still
Yeah.
can't heel hook in my tournament, so this is where I will get my training in.
Yeah.
All right.
So I took him down. And then I did like a Toriano pass.
Oh,
I
wow.
fell back to cross Ashi. I controlled both legs.
No, you didn't.
And then I leg trap saddled.
No, you
No,
didn't.
I didn't do any of that.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I
So
believed
what
every
happened?
I
second
shot
of
a
that.
double
Yeah.
leg. I took him down and I passed his guard and I put him in an arm triangle.
And you put him unconscious?
No, he was just
Oh.
here, and then his friends started screaming. They're like, "You're gonna fucking kill him! He's gonna fucking die!" And I'm like, "Oh
You
God!"
should have
like,
just killed him.
if I could have, I would have. I was like, "Someone's gonna kick me in the fucking face."
In the head, yeah.
So I let go. I put my hands on his chest, pushed up, and sprinted away back to my car.
Oh, God.
Because I just was like, I just want to de-escalate.
He probably got up like, yeah, you better run.
And like,
So he didn't go unconscious or anything?
nah, he didn't go
Damn.
unconscious. Yeah, but you gotta understand also, Port Jeff, like, it's like a town where like there's like gang violence. And
You'll get
stuff.
stabbed or something.
Yeah, like I've kept like one of my
My
friends.
friend got killed in Long Island, actually.
Yeah, I mean maybe it was Port Jeff. Who knows?
I don't know.
Yeah, but like
Poor Jeff.
I had a friend there one time, like who was buying cocaine, and a guy pulled a knife on him. And, like,
Wow.
yeah, I had to I'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, like, and my friend was fucked up already, and I was like, let's
Wow.
get out of here, like, please don't stab my
Holy
friend.
shit.
Yeah, it's not like the worst place in the world, but
Yeah.
definitely like bad stuff can
Well,
happen.
my
I mean, if you're
my
buying
friend-
cocaine, you know, that kind of shit.
Generally, yes. Yeah.
My friend
What do you
was
expect,
killed
you know?
and left.
You deserve
on
A
the
it.
street.
5-star service? Like, you
no,
know.
no one wants to hear. This
I
is why
wanna
I'm
hear
getting
it.
kicked off, or this is
wanna
why
hear
I'm
it.
leaving.
No. No.
No, my friend was killed, and they dumped his body on the street and just left him. It's like 9 p.m.
Wow.
Well, they kill him in a
that's
car
so
or
sad.
something like that.
Very sad.
I really don't even know the whole story, to be honest. Like,
His
yeah.
parents. Fuck, that is
Dude,
a.
so sad, bro. He's 1
How
or
old
2
was
years
he?
younger than me. He must have been 23.
Oh wow. Okay, so this
23.
happened like.
Yeah,
Not
like
that
a
long
year or two
ago.
ago. Yeah, super sad. My high school football teammate. Shit, man. Jesus.
Wow.
But he
why,
was like
why was he out there?
he
Had some drug issues.
always was like running the streets is the
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
It's like super sad, great, like nice guy, but like it was like you can't say you're surprised is the thing.
You don't know what town it was in?
It was somewhere in Long Island. I mean, I could find the article right now.
Yeah, Long Island's a weird place where you have super nice places right next to absolutely terrible places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember watching the Long Island.
Uniondale.
Uniondale.
You know, Uniondale.
Uniondale's not the worst, but it's not the best either. One of my ex-girlfriends is from Uniondale, so like
Shout out.
to my ex-girlfriend.
Are you familiar with the Long Island medium?
Yeah, my mom loves Long Island media.
What's that? What's that?
What's that?
She's like a Long Island Italian American woman who like claims to like speak to ghosts and stuff.
Oh, a
shit.
medium. Okay,
yeah.
I'm like, what?
Do you guys
this
believe in
small,
ghosts and shit?
large?
I think there's energy.
But you think like from dead people? Like your grandparents are like can be in the room like talking to you or like watching over you?
Mushrooms growing poop.
What?
Someday we be in the ground. We become that.
Mushrooms? I don't know. What do you guys think? You guys believe in ghosts? I don't know what the fuck you're saying. I'm not gonna,
Sums it up.
I'm not gonna lie.
No.
You took the
is
words
my
right out of my
answer.
mouth.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, but
Yeah, I don't really think any
it's
of
a
that
bunch of
stuff.
mumbo
Yeah,
jumbo.
yeah.
You believe in God?
Not really. I'd say I'm mainly
Speaking of ghosts.
yeah.
Yeah. What do you
I'd say I'm an agnostic, but I lean atheist.
Hmm.
Like I will say that I've like tried to be religious, but I just find it very
How did you try?
Oh my god, you tried to be Muslim once.
yeah. So I didn't try. I went to mosques a lot and used to like I learned how to pray and stuff.
That sounds like trying.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gave it a shot.
I wasn't trying at all.
Well, I just like I was very
I
interested.
could have done it if I wanted.
Yeah. I was just very interested in like learning how different religions practice.
Okay.
And mosques are some of the most welcoming because they want to convert you.
Well, no. They don't consider it
It's a
converting.
revert.
Reverting.
Yeah, I think
Really?
Reversion. Because everyone's born Muslim.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
what they say.
Everyone's born Muslim. You fall away, but then you
Who says
revert.
this?
Muslims.
Yeah.
The Quran.
This podcast
Are
is
they
definitely
the
getting
most
the whole team
populous
canceled.
religion?
No, Christians
No,
still
Christian.
are.
Christianity.
Oh,
Christians
really?
still are. Yeah.
I thought okay.
I think they're the fastest growing religion.
Oh, who's got top population numbers?
Christianity.
Christianity,
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
Okay.
If you
are you
count-
looking it up or are you?
Yeah.
If you count like all the
He's double
denominations.
checking. It's like Christianity for sure.
Yeah. If you count all the denominations of Christianity, it's Christianity.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
It goes Christianity 2.4 billion, Islam 1.9 billion,
Ah, right
Hinduism 1.2, Buddhism half a billion.
Where's Judaism on that list? How far down?
Well, you're
You guys have
very
16
small.
million.
I know we're
You're
not
very small.
Fuck. That we're rare breed.
But I can't find the. No, never mind. It's too.
So, all right. Well, okay. So if you're in a football field and there's 50 kids trying to kill you,
Can this be an every podcast?
I
thing?
would like
I think let's
that.
ask
I think
every
this
single.
is becoming a theme.
Yeah,
because it's an
every
interesting
single-
question. Everyone gives their own take, and we learn just in case it'll
Yeah.
ever happen.
How to deal with 50 kids attacking
Well,
you.
the question is, how many 8-year-olds can you beat in a fight, unarmed combat?
I think if it's 50, I think I could beat 58-year-olds. I would just,
Yeah.
I would consistently, I would punt one in the face, run away, and do the same thing.
That's
I'd
a
never,
strategy.
Seems to be the go-to
I'd
strategy.
never let
always
them get on
punt
top
or
of me.
kick.
You can't let them cover you like
Yeah,
ants,
yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Like, yeah, you gotta
Lay
like
down,
just
yeah.
kick him in the face.
But how many?
run.
What's your max number before
I
you think you
I
die?
have no idea how to even begin to answer that.
All right,
Pretty much
here.
whenever you hit exhaustion.
75.
Yeah, 75.
I think
Well,
75
I think
would be
100.
lighter.
I'll take 100. I think 100. Give me
You're sticking to 100.
like yeah.
Nicky Rod can take.
Bro, my cardio is good.
How many do you think you
Cardio's
can
good.
take?
He's-
8-year-olds. How many?
untrained.
No.
Untrained. They're trained a little bit.
This is
Andy
we got to
Varela's.
keep it like.
You ever
yeah.
met an 8-year-old?
Uh,
Bro, it's like
so many? Yeah, remember?
honestly, dude, I think a few hundred.
A few hundred?
I think so.
But if the problem is if a bunch of them get to you.
But
at
how
one
can they
time.
even take
One or
you
two
down?
strikes to die, right? Oh, you can kill him in a couple of strikes.
I don't think it's that
easily.
easy
Yeah.
to kill one.
To kill one as hard as you can, boom to the dome, they're dead.
How many hard as you can punches do you have in
Yeah,
you?
I don't know that a single punch is gonna kill an 8-year-old.
I don't
It'll
think
kill-
a single
I
one.
can-
How fucking
You don't think you can kill an 8-year-old?
How many
with one-
8-year-olds
no, and
have
then
been
if you stop to
brain
punch,
bullied by their
another
dads.
one's there, another
still
one's there,
alive.
another one's there.
They're dead.
Think about how many 8-year-olds have been punched by their dads. They're still alive.
Not.
Their
Yeah, but how
skulls
many
are
of them are
developed
Nicky
at
Rod?
8.
Right.
How many of their dads?
That's
are
why I
Nicky
said
Rod?
kick him in the face. I think a kick
How
is
have you ever
gonna take him
punched
out.
an 8-year-old in the head as hard as you
Maybe
can?
when I was 8.
And did it kill him or her?
I was 8 at the time, so
Okay, your powers
Did,
diminished.
did you ever see?
I could have. I don't know.
Did you ever see this? It was like these two little kids, and then the one like sibling, whatever, accidentally hits the head of this other like the brother, and the brother's all pissed off, and like the guy's sitting down, and then the little kid, he has to be 3, right? He goes and tries to hit him and hurts his own hand. He starts crying. Dude,
No,
it's
I
the
did not
funniest
see
fucking
this.
Video. I gotta
So
send it to you.
that's who we're up against.
No, that's like a 3-year-old.
I was a 3-year-old.
Okay, here. I'm gonna question your morality.
Almost 3 times the
So-
strength of that
no.
punch.
So there's 20 innocent children that are going to die unless you kill your mother.
Oh, dude, I'm sorry. Those kids are dead.
Right?
Yeah,
quality,
that's what I'm
quality over
saying.
quantity.
That's what I. All right, so that's
Yeah,
what I
and it's 'cause
said.
It's my own mom.
That's what
not
I'm
even
saying. I was
close,
like,
yeah.
there's no.
And
like-
depending on where those kids are from, they're probably gonna end up being bad people anyway. Who's the parents? You know?
That's the real question.
Let's get to the root.
You know, Joe Chen was like, my mom would probably want me to save the kids.
I mean, I understand that. Like, who knows? Maybe my mom would say that. But like,
I don't
fuck, she'll
care.
say
I
it when,
still think
she'll
I'm
say it when she's
killing-
alive.
Fuck them
Yeah.
babies.
Yeah.
I thought that was gonna be a harder question. I thought you were gonna ask me, would you rather say? This is where I thought you were going. You're gonna save 10 innocent kids or get like $10 million.
Oh.
And I would say save the kids, but what I would really do is take the $10 million.
But everybody, what you do
10
if
mil?
everybody knows, if society knew.
I probably still would.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck, for 10
But
million?
hold on. I'm not killing them personally, right?
You're gonna
Like
have to kill
a
'em.
train runs them over.
No,
right?
no, you kill him with a
No,
with
but
a
I
gun.
can't. No, I can't do that. I wouldn't do that.
But if a train.
if a train's running them over and I don't have to watch it,
And all you had to
right?
do was press his button to stop that train.
The
You'd be
headline.
like,
yeah.
The headline of like Reddit's gonna be Rob Degle would kill children.
Oh my god. All right, here. Random question. Would you rather have sex with a goat and no one knows, or don't have sex with a goat but everyone thinks you did?
Probably fuck a goat. Nobody knows.
Yeah, I think I'd pick that one.
Ethan, would you rather fuck a goat and no one knows, or you don't have sex with a goat and everyone thinks you did have sex with a goat?
That's so good.
So here's one. Would you rather?
No, wait.
I'm computing. I'm computing.
Let him compute, and I'll ask you.
Okay,
this one.
okay.
All
A
right.
female goat?
Oh my god,
That's a bit important question.
No.
So it's goat asshole. No one knows. Or everyone thinks you fucked a goat.
Yep.
God, who's everyone? The
Like-
planet?
like
or all my
everyone-
friends?
social
So
media.
everyone, you meet a random person. Hi, I'm Ethan. Oh, you're the guy that fucked the goat.
Oh, fuck.
Like everyone knows.
then you have
Can
to
I
fuck it for sure.
can I explain to them?
Listen, I did this deal on the podcast once.
It was either that or actually fuck the goat. You gotta believe me.
Yeah, please believe me. He's like, no, dude.
No, you fucked the goat, bro.
All right, wait. What was your question?
So would you rather fuck your mom in your girlfriend's body? Oh, you've heard. Okay, you've heard this one. Well, so what would you do? You rather fuck your mom in your girlfriend's body, or your girlfriend's brain in your mom's body?
Your girlfriend in your mom's body, yeah.
Bro, oh no.
What?
No. I was just rephrasing the question. No, because you said your girlfriend's brain. I don't say it. Just
Well, it's like the consciousness.
yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly, yeah.
I'll take the goat.
Take the goat. I'd rather fuck a goat than either of those things. Yeah,
Yeah, that's like the grossest question.
that's a monstrosity.
Unless
of a
you're from
question.
Alabama, then it's all good.
Yeah, then it's like I'll do both. Yeah.
I heard last night they have a term for like children of incest from like Alabama, like they're called like non-biologics or biologics,
Non-biologics.
something like that. Yeah, I don't know. I heard this on like a podcast.
Non-fertile.
You ever see the Whitakers?
Oh, they're the blue people.
Blue people. I think they're the
blue
Whitakers.
people, blue people.
They're
These are real
inbreds.
people?
Yeah, inbred.
Rob Whitaker
Disgusting humans.
made it
Oh,
far.
no.
Fuck.
Like dogs.
I'm still perplexed about this goat situation here.
You don't want a dog that is inbred. Imagine a human. It's terrible. No
Yeah.
good.
They
mean,
exist though.
Yeah,
They
that's
exist. Yeah.
Guys, all right.
I think we might have a few on our team.
So, I was in Europe a couple weeks ago.
few on our team.
In Liverpool, it seemed like the average person was very ugly. Do you guys notice that going to
Yeah,
Liverpool?
teeth jagged. They drink all day.
Yeah,
Drink all day, but it's like
Oogly.
what? It wasn't.
Oogly.
They
Oogly.
weren't
Oh,
that good looking. Like
Yeah, a lot of makeup on
makeup is
every
super
girl,
heavy.
yeah.
All the girls like have to have like the big fake lips and like a shit ton of Botox where it's like like they're laughing but they're like ha.
It's all the fish and chips, bro. It fucks you up.
fish and chips. I think it's the inbred.
Yeah, maybe.
Like,
you got to
Is
go to
that?
I think
Maybe
it's
like
inbreeding. I
old-
don't know, like
old-
from
ye
fucking
old
years.
days?
Yeah, from the
keep it in the blood.
The royal family, got to keep it.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so, man.
Have you ever been to West Virginia before?
West
Mount
Virginia?
Mama.
They got some yees over there.
I swear to God, there
Ugly?
are people, not everyone, but some people in West Virginia, they literally look like mutants.
Really?
I-
There is inbred over there,
Yeah,
big
for
time.
sure. Yeah.
In Virginia, we had a when I was in Ferrum College, we had an infamous inbred family around Ferrum, Virginia, and there was like huge foreheads. My buddy showed me a picture of
Big
this
foreheads.
Yeah, like their it looked like their brain was
Interesting.
falling over their eyebrows. Like
Oh,
just
that's
like
that's
a
terrifying.
protruding forehead. Yeah,
Fuck. You think?
That's
Do you think incest should be illegal?
Yeah.
Probably not.
what?
I don't think it should be
I think
illegal.
it
It should just be
should
like socially discouraged. I don't think it should be illegal.
I mean,
Illegal?
why not make it illegal? Just be like, no, fucking, you did that. You broke the law. Congratulations. Like,
I don't
put it in the rule book.
I don't think it's
know?
immoral per se. It's just gross. Like it's not like a thing that.
What
like,
is immoral? Because you can't you make if you breed you can't isn't the kids aren't sterile, the kids are fucking one
Well,
eyes
I guess I'll
and
just
shit.
die off if they,
But people
you
can
wanna do it. Seriously,
people
they'll
can be born
disappear
sterile.
slowly.
Even like healthy.
Healthy, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I think it's high percentage though. They're probably fucked up.
I mean, for sure. I don't think it should be socially encouraged. I wouldn't make it illegal. I would allow it.
He's like, please don't make it illegal.
Yeah, guys, let's not make it illegal. Come on, just
socially-
frowned upon. Yeah,
Just socially discourage me. I mean,
it sounds like your search history is sister porn.
Oh no, I have no sisters. I only have brothers.
Okay.
He's like, but
That's
I
even
wish I did.
worse.
All right. Fuck. There was one more fucked up question that I had. What? What?
As you
Oh, yeah.
think of the last fucked up question, let me give the end of the origin story. So that,
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Wrap
we'll
it up.
I'll just wrap this
The
up.
whole
Twist it up.
podcast is Rob's.
It is. It's
Rob's
sprinkled
edit-
with, can you
Yes,
beat
yes.
up kids? Are you going to fuck your mom
on.
or
Would you
something?
Would you fuck your mom? Yeah,
Yeah,
Jesus
it's
Christ.
crazy. Jesus, man.
So
God
basically,
damn
so
it.
John pulled me aside, and what's funny is this is something I've definitely never said on a podcast. I was about to leave Renzo's because I was like, he's not coaching me. I was like, there's no point in me being here. And where I was gonna go actually was Unity. So
Wow,
yeah,
really?
I had gone to Unity. I did a comp session. Murillo was very nice.
I was
to me.
going there briefly.
You did?
Yeah.
When?
I didn't tell you guys.
Wait. This
Yeah.
is you were already
when
training.
I first remember the first time I came to Renzo's?
I don't remember the first time.
No, fuck you.
The comp
Remember the
sessions
first? No,
were
you-
open there.
The
Anyone
what?
anyone could go. The pro sessions at Unity.
Yeah, well, the thing
Yeah.
is, like, okay, so don't forget what you're going to say. You
Yeah,
almost
yeah.
went to Unity. So when Eamon would first go down to New York, he would train everywhere. He would go to Renzo's because of the connection with John and GSP, and he would go to Murillo's because of the connection of Firas and Murillo, and also Firas and GSP.
Oh, I didn't know Murillo and Ferraz
Yeah,
were
Murillo
close.
would come up to TriStar pretty
Oh, I
often,
had no
like back
idea.
in the day. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, what I would do is I would train the like comp class at Unity when I was still training in the gi as well, and then I would go. I would like split up the week. Like I would do like the sessions at 12, and then the comp class or something later. And
Wow.
yeah, it was
you
fun.
know,
It was good.
I
I didn't tell any of you. I was like,
Wow.
"Fuck, they can't know."
They were good. I actually
really good,
So Frank, when I officially joined the team, Frank found
Rosenthal?
out. Frank Rosenthal, yeah.
Yeah.
He found out that I had gone to Unity, and he was like, and I was pretty good friends with Frank at the time. And Frank was like, Rob, he goes, just don't ever go back again.
I'm gonna tell on you.
No, I don't think it was that. But I think he's like, if they find out, like,
Yeah,
John
yeah.
finds out he just brought you on the team. Like, I think,
Dude,
like,
I remember like I would go to Unity and I was talking to one of you guys and they were like, "Why didn't you come in yesterday?" And I was like, "No reason." No reason.
Really, you were hiding it like that?
Oh, for
I
sure.
heard Murillo was actually a savage in the gym, like one of the best.
I never got to
technicians.
train with him. His shoulder
Really?
was always
I
fucked
heard,
up.
I've heard that from people. Like,
yeah, I've heard
like
that too.
he's
He's got
like,
an
amazing
insane guillotine.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never trained with him, but like I heard he's.
Everyone said he would
like,
fuck up Nicky Rod
yeah,
if they were in
everyone
the same
says-
division.
False.
Okay. You heard it here first. It's false.
So
So,
I- so
you're
anyway.
training Unity.
So I only did one session there, and then I came back. It was Friday morning, and I was like, this is gonna be my last session here. I was right in front of John, and I did very, very well that day. And then he pulled me aside and he asked me, "Do you have competitive aspirations? What do you do?" I told him that I was a philosophy student. He immediately
he
liked
loved that.
Yeah, for sure. And then yeah, like that was basically it. And then I decided, I was like, okay, if this guy's actually gonna coach me, then I'll stay here. But here's another interesting part of the story. I still like secretly went to. Do you guys remember Eddie Cummings held classes in Brooklyn at 12 o'clock?
Wait.
After he
At
left
Renzo
the
Gracie Bronx.
After
Or
he
where?
left, no, Renzo Gracie Brooklyn. After he left, like DDS, he ran his own sessions in Brooklyn.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So John brought me on the team. I trained with John at 8 a.m. and then I would go to Brooklyn to train
Really?
with Eddie. And
Oh, wow.
I was like, I'd always tell like the people there, like,
Why did Eddie leave? I don't even know.
Well,
to
hold
be
on, let
honest.
me finish this.
Do you know?
I know parts
All
of
right,
it.
Tell
Explain.
us why after, yeah.
Yeah,
But
so-
finish it off. And
So
then-
I was like, I
yeah.
don't want to be in any pictures. Like, do you guys remember that scramble video that Eddie did? He was sponsored by Scramble.
wrote this?
No, I don't remember that scramble video.
So anyway, there's a scramble video. I was like very conscious to not be in the video ever. I was like, I would position myself outside of frame because I didn't want
fucking know.
John to find out.
What is this?
No, nothing.
What? Show me.
It says, "Ask Kaisam to bang Mariella." Mariella's my
Oh,
girlfriend.
Craig wrote that for sure.
Oh, Craig.
for
yeah.
sure.
Oh,
Craig.
who the fuck is here?
Craig, yeah,
I was
Craig.
like,
Craig,
okay.
yeah.
This guy's
You wrote that in your fucking notes.
He definitely asked me. He was like, "Yeah, is this Damien's notes?" I was like, "Yeah."
remember
And I just
that.
disregarded it.
Like, is this Damien's notes? Fucking hell. For sure he wrote some shit.
All right, and then what?
So then I was training with John in the mornings and Eddie in the afternoons, and eventually Eddie left to go to Unity, and then I did double sessions with
Yeah.
John. Yeah, but I was doing that secretly because obviously I didn't want John to find out.
In your opinion, how the team separate originally?
I mean, like, why did Eddie leave? Like,
Yeah.
I don't. At the end of the day, like, I wasn't there the day that he
We
left.
should get him on
I
the
heard
podcast, Eddie.
if
That
you
would
could
be
get a hold of him.
sick.
Yeah, I mean that'd be awesome.
He won't do it, but that would
Why?
be
I think he
cool.
would.
I think he would. If he's out there, if you're out there, Eddie,
Eddie.
come on.
I still have his number.
Shoot him a DM.
Just text him.
Call him right now.
Should we?
Yes.
No.
No.
Fine, never mind. Yeah,
That'd be an
don't call him.
invasion
That
of
was a
privacy.
stupid idea anyway. Yeah.
Call him off air.
If
See
you
how it goes.
said yes, I would have done it right now.
Yeah,
Really?
for
Yeah, I would have.
For sure.
I would have because
Do it.
he had this look in his eye. I was like, "Oh, it's a good idea." Yeah.
He wouldn't answer you, would he? Didn't talk to
Yeah,
you
he
in
wouldn't
years.
answer you if you
Well,
tried.
why would I call? It's like if I'm calling him, there's definitely a reason to. but
I have a
don't call
question
him.
about leg locks.
Wait. So continue. Wait, why did the team split?
I mean, at the end of the day, I don't really know.
No.
right?
What do you think?
So what I heard?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
For the
Do you want me-
Eddie, why Eddie
Yeah.
left?
Do you want me to say all this on the podcast?
Yes.
Like,
Yes. It's a podcast.
I mean, like, dude. Okay, so I remember one day. I remember watching that and thinking to myself, I am selling my soul to the devil right now.
Oh, I've thought that
Yeah.
too. I've thought that too.
And I was like, oh, whatever it takes, just teach me leg locks.
All right, so you know, I had this. You guys obviously remember Tavares, Andrew Tavares, right? So Andrew Tavares,
Yeah.
yeah. So I remember vividly having a discussion with him because I was like, think about this. There is a guy that is essentially telling us we can achieve our greatest dreams if you just listen to me, come to me every day. Don't spend time with your essentially like family, you know, don't have a girlfriend type of thing. It was this culty mentality, and I genuinely saw it as like selling my soul to the devil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's it was crazy because this guy is all knowing. He's
Yeah.
all knowing God essentially.
Yeah, it was very culty for sure.
So, and I should end the story with like how I made the decision to go like pro, basically.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So John asked me. He said I was doing really well, like at an intermediate level competitive. I don't mean like intermediate.
Fucking everyone up.
I was at the top of the intermediate.
Yeah.
I mean like local tournaments and stuff, right? Local super fights, stuff like that. So I was doing like really well, and he asked me. He said, "Do you want to make a living in the martial arts?" And I was like, no, not really. I was like, I'm applying to PhD programs. I was doing my master's. I was like, I don't think so. I think I just want to be a really good black belt hobbyist and like become a philosophy professor. And then he was okay with that. And he even gave me advice on how to like get into better grad schools and stuff. I thought he gave like pretty decent advice. And slowly he like would make comments to me here and there about like the depressing nature of the life of an academic philosopher. And I talked to him about like why he made the decision to do jiu-jitsu instead of academic philosophy. And like a big thing that convinced me was the freedom in jiu-jitsu you have to
Don't do that.
to do what you actually want. So in academic philosophy, I was pressured by my professors to have sex with them. No, I'm kidding. I was pressured by my professors to like write papers about things that didn't interest me. Like, so for instance, like I wanted to write about like a Chinese Taoist. A Chinese Taoist philosopher in connection with Ludwig Wittgenstein. And I found a guy.
They don't like him because he's talking shit about the whole.
Well,
fucking-
honestly, yes.
Yeah.
He's a philosopher who hates philosophy. So, it's very complicated.
Right up
but-
your alley.
Yeah, right up my alley. Yeah. But so like, I wanted to write about like this Chinese Taoist named Zhuangzhou, Wittgenstein, Richard Rorty, who's an American philosopher, like that all have similar ideas. And I was told by a lot of professors, like they're like, you're never going to get a tenure track position if this is what you're writing about, because you're not going to get publications in major journals. They're like, you're going to have to write about something that's popular. Like I was advised to write about Stoicism, which I didn't really have that much of it. Like I have a casual interest in it, but like not like a serious one. And so I was like,
Why? I actually I like.
I am a big fan of Stoicism.
I'm very big. on
Yes, I mean it's
Stoicism,
interesting, but it's like
You probably are too, but you don't know.
You don't realize, but yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like not like no emotions.
I
or
just-
not no emotions, but you know.
I just think that like, so like if I'm gonna pursue something where there's very little financial reward, your career is like heavily dictated by luck about where you can get a job, and you're teaching like it's not an easy career. Like you're teaching.
I wouldn't pursue mastering Stoicism as like my life, but like I would just abide by it. But like,
Yeah. Well, so the point is like I'm not going to go into academic philosophy if I can't specifically write about and teach
What you
about
want.
the exact area that I want to. Like, what is the point then? So that was the big thing that dissuaded me from like doing academic philosophy.
Wow.
And then I switched to jiu-jitsu, because in jiu-jitsu I was like, I can just do whatever I want to do. If I want to do leg locks every day and John tells me to do other things, I don't have to. I can just keep doing leg locks now. For real, like I could pursue the avenues that interested me. That's how I viewed it. Yeah, and so I made the decision. I dropped out of grad school And I moved back in with my parents initially, and they were like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
My son's a failure.
Yeah, honestly, like
Yeah.
my dad compared it. He's like, I'll never forget this. He's subsequently apologized about this, but he said to me, he goes, "I don't see any difference between what you're doing and like a drug addiction." He's like,
Wow.
yeah, because he's like,
Really?
He's like, you're just addicted to this sport. This is not a career. It's not going to lead to anything. And
How did you convince him?
I didn't. I just
Oh,
like
I just had to.
my
prove-
parents just loved me and they let me move back in, but like
Wow,
they didn't
wow.
really think that it was going to be anything, you know?
Wow.
And but I knew that I could make something out of it. At the time I didn't even have an Instagram. I was like, you know, totally reclusive. It wasn't until Mike Rockshin convinced me to make an Instagram.
You were the first one I feel like on the team, out of the juniors or whatever, to really build an Instagram.
Yeah, so basically I was like
You heel hooked Sean O'Malley.
yeah, well that was way
Oh, yeah,
after.
that was
That's
way
a pretty
after.
yeah,
So-
but that's a pretty like notable.
What's funny is I didn't even
Accomplishment.
know
That was
he
in
was
like a grappling industries.
I didn't even know he was that
That's-
famous. I knew he was a
No
UFC. Yeah.
way.
No, I swear to God, I don't watch UFC that much. I knew he was an MMA guy.
Fuck.
But I was like, I saw his name in a bracket,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, it's a UFC guy. That'll be cool.
That
But
was
you didn't realize that. He's
No,
like,
I seriously
He's
had-
literally like one of the biggest stars. He's the biggest
Yeah.
bantamweight.
I had
The
no
biggest
idea.
star.
Yeah. But yeah, so I was like, so basically what happened was I was like, I had no Instagram. I was working full time at GNC. So I mean, I had a job, but I was like, and I was training all the time, right? So I was the manager of GNC, so I got to make my own hours, which was nice, and I just scheduled it around training.
unlimited creatine.
That too. I stole so much stuff from that
Nice.
store.
Oh my god.
Good move. I would have
Yeah.
done the same.
Literally, most of my like, so I don't know if you guys remember, like when I would come to training, I would almost never spend money on food.
You just
And
have
you
protein
did-
powder.
I would just because I was so broke. I would like the only food I would get in the area were tater tots from 7-Eleven. That's the
I
cheapest
remember.
thing.
I remember the tater tots.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
remember
remember the
I
tater
was
tots,
I was
but-
so fucking broke, and I would just
Wow.
eat when I went to work at GNC. I would eat like 4 protein bars, and then my regional manager was like this racist old white lady, and I was in like a pretty like black heavy area, and I was like, Joyce, you know how they are here.
Oh my god.
That's amazing.
Jesus Christ.
And I played on her racism to get away. Like I was the one stealing the
Wow.
stuff. Yeah.
Wow.
And
She loved. She must have loved. She's like, yeah, they keep stealing.
yeah. But so that
Fucking amazing.
but then I just started to I thought if I just did well competitively, money would just appear. Like I didn't think about marketing. And Mike Rockshin was like, "Oh, you got to market yourself." And so I was like, "Okay."
He does sound like that.
And I was like, I don't know. Instagram's kind of like fucking like it's not like my thing. Like I don't think I want to do that. I think if I'm good enough, the money will just come. And he was like, "No, it won't." And I'm actually grateful that he pushed me to do it. So I made an Instagram. And I just started posting like bullshit videos, you know, like of like just like techniques, right? You know, like here's like a little like I remember the first video I posted that like did well. It was just a video of me like doing like outside ashi, and a lot of people liked it.
It's funny 'cause some of the simple stuff gets like the most
Yeah.
traction for me.
I can never predict what people are going to want to see.
Yeah.
Like ever. Yeah. But then I just started getting seminars from there, and then one thing led to another, and you know, I was able to grow enough followers. When I started my Instagram, I was very systematic about how I went about growing followers. I went through all of like the jiu-jitsu content farm pages. Like, do you guys like pages like
Content farm?
Footlock
Yeah,
Fire?
All those random like jujitsu shit pages.
Yeah.
Like they just
Oh,
post,
so what
they
would
just
you do?
repost techniques.
I'm
and stuff.
curious. I'm curious. I wanna
So
try
what I
to do
did
this.
was I went and I made a list of about 40 content farm pages.
Wow.
That will they constantly post stuff.
And what's the common? Yeah.
And so what I did is I made like a checklist. I would send them messages. Hey, this is a new video that I posted. Your followers might be interested in it, right? And whether they would, yeah. And if they responded to me, I would put a check mark there. Like, okay, these guys answer me. I'll send them more, right? If they didn't, I wouldn't check it off. And then if they shared it in the story, I'd check another mark, right? So like I was like, oh, they respond to me and they're sharing it. And then if they put it in a post, so I had 3 check marks.
It's like an Excel like spreadsheet or something. Or
No,
like-
it's just in a notebook. I wrote this
Wow,
out. Yeah,
wow.
I'd rather write it down. I don't know. I like writing stuff on paper.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, and so, yeah, I was like, I tried to be very systematic about it because I was like, I don't want to leave anything to chance. I was like, this is my career, right?
Yeah, for
This is my
sure.
job, right?
For
like
sure.
I was like, I need to like actually monetize this, right? So I wanted to move out of my parents' place.
Yeah.
Like I didn't want to stay there.
So
yeah.
real quick. So how many followers do you have now?
So now I have 44.7. I think.
Okay. So like 50K followers. What do you do to monetize that? Like how do you
Yeah, for me, like mainly it's just my instructionals, my Patreon, and like seminars and stuff like that, right? Like I've thought about doing other things like making like rash guards and stuff, but I've never done that.
Do you have an email list or no?
No. I'm probably not like, so I think I was really good in the beginning about being like systematic about how I grew a following, but I think now like there's a lot of things that like, I think like the Instagram game has in a sense surpassed me, right? In terms of like how people do stuff. Like I'm not really up to date with like I see so many people blowing up that I'm like, how the fuck did they get this many followers?
J-Rod blew up.
But his
man.
makes sense though, because he's had major competitive success. Like I'm not talking about a guy like him. I mean like random guys. Like,
Oh, yeah,
I
you're
saw,
right,
and I'm not gonna name this guy because I don't want to be a douchebag. But like I saw a random blue belt I've never heard of this guy, and he had like 100K followers. And I watched some of his videos, and he was fucking terrible. And I was like, "How the fuck was
he
this guy?"
teaching? Is he teaching like? Is he teaching moves or is he just doing funny shit?
Teaching moves, posting matches.
I've seen some pages where this guy's just teaching like garbage.
Yeah.
And it's like 100+ K followers. And I'm just like, wow, that's crazy.
I gotta do better with social media, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean
really do.
it's an ever evolving thing. Now I'm trying to like
Hisom's blowing up a little bit.
Yeah, well, but because it's the competition stuff. Like, there's different ways you can blow up. Right?
No, but it's. I think it was B team.
B team, no?
I think it was B team.
Well, true.
That blew him up.
The video of the guy the homeless guy.
That really
Yeah,
helped
yeah.
him. I think he was at like
got millions of
36 or
views.
46, something like that. He has like 70 something. 70K
Oh
followers.
shit!
Yeah,
People
he
love
like doubled his
blowing up.
following.
People love characters. I think. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. So John actually gave me really good advice early on when I first started marketing myself. So I opened up my Instagram and I was talking to John, and I was like, I said to him, "Do you think I should talk shit?" I said, "Gordon's talking shit and it's working."
Yes. Wow.
And I was like, "Should I be a shit talker?" And he asked me, he said, "Would you genuinely do this, like of your own accord?" And I was like, "Definitely not."
No, it'd be like forced.
Yeah, be forced.
Yeah.
And then he said, he said, never misrepresent yourself when you market yourself. Simply find what's appealing about you and highlight that.
Wow,
right?
wow.
Which I think is like legitimately very good advice, right? Like you should never try to be like
Something you're not. Just be,
Well,
be
Colby
authentic
Covington,
and be genuine.
What about Colby Covington?
But-
it's probably just an extension of himself.
exactly.
You think? But he wasn't that until he was about to get cut.
But then he took that. Maybe he took that part of himself and he
Then
amplified
he
it.
became someone who's about to get cut, which changes how you behave, and that's genuinely you. What was when did you first meet me?
So I remember the
It's
first.
all about you.
I'm interested.
go
I'm
on,
curious.
So I
Yeah.
remember the first time that I met you. John asked me to roll with you, and my first thought was just like, "Oh my god, this guy won trials."
Oh wow! It was
Yeah.
already after trials.
He was after trials.
Really?
Yeah.
After the first, first.
I remember what rash guard you were wearing. You were wearing
What the
yeah.
fuck?
I remember the rash guard because I thought it was such a cool rash guard.
What was
Sick.
it?
Yeah,
How did it smell?
It was the West Coast Trials rash guard.
Oh, yeah,
from
the
trials
ADCC
one.
with the flags on
Yeah,
the-
yeah.
the West Coast Trials
I was
with
like,
the
that's such a
flags.
cool rash guard.
It was really cool rash
And I had like I'd seen you win trials. Like even when I was a grad student, bro, sometimes I would be in class. Like I remember a class, it was the anthropology of language, and I was sitting there and I was watching jiu-jitsu videos on my laptop.
I would do that too. I would do
Yeah.
that too in college.
I was still interested. Like that's actually a topic I think is interesting, the anthropology of language. But I just like also would constantly be watching jiu-jitsu.
The anthropology of language. What it's
Yeah.
like how language is developed.
So
Or,
like
like-
how like the way in which language this is I mean it's a very broad topic, but like so for instance like in that class we talked a lot about how language people will do you know what code switching is?
No.
So for instance like if I'm it depends on my for me personally, right? If I'm on Long Island and I'm around other people from Long Island, you will hear more of a Long
Island.
accent.
Okay, okay.
Whereas like subconsciously I will change how I speak if I'm not around people from Long Island, right? Like it's just something that people
Do.
right? If
How
you-
did
So
It's
what?
a
How did
Mackenzie
you?
Dern.
What's
Mackenzie
that?
Dern.
how did our round go?
you fucked me up, but it wasn't terrible.
What was like? So that was. Did we speak at all?
Yeah, you were very nice. I remember after the round, after the round, I was talking to you. I entered into cross ashi on you. I mean, I don't remember specifically. What I remember,
Do I still do the same shit that I did
It was-
when like we first? You know
no,
what I mean?
it was very different what you did then. When I entered cross ashi on you, if I remember correctly, I think you didn't go forward. You like fell back and hit your heel.
Oh, I fell back, turned
Yeah.
my heel away, and
You
like, started
always
to
look
accelerate.
to come forward, drive your knee to the mat.
Now I
you're
go
always, you're always
forward,
coming
yeah.
forward.
Yeah, it was a very different type of role.
Yeah.
And yeah, I thought there was good feedback. Like I feel like I learned a lot. And then afterwards, John, so I remember John's his main commentary from the roll was
About our round?
About our round. He said, "You're very strong offensively. You counter leg locked me like a couple times."
Yeah, that was all I would do then.
Yeah. And he said you're very strong offensively with the leg locks, but he said your defense is very weak. So I was like, okay, I gotta focus on
my defense.
Yeah. So I spent a lot of time just focusing on defense. But anyway, so
First round with Damien. When did it happen?
that one I don't remember.
He doesn't care.
I mean, I remember rounds with you, right? I remember.
Have you guys ever trained?
Yeah.
A couple of times, yeah.
Really?
So do you want to hear a funny story about a round you and I had?
Yeah, please do.
Okay. So
At
He's like,
Renzo's?
be
Yeah, at
careful.
Renzo's,
He's
yeah.
like, yeah, I'm all ears. Watch what you fucking say.
All right. So
We're on my podcast.
So in the round, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was a positional round, and I think it was it was a positional round. It was mount. So you were starting on mount, and I remember I was just like, and you're like dripping sweat on my face, and I was like dying. And afterwards, John pulls me aside. He goes, Robert. So this was during COVID.
Yeah.
It was like when there wasn't a lot of people there.
okay.
That was
Yeah.
the first time you guys.
First
What
time
the
I trained.
fuck?
Yeah. And he said to me, he goes, Robert, it's tough being the smallest guy in the room. And I was like, yeah. And he said, what
Was
were you?
I not there?
This was in so it was like at the time, if I remember correctly, it was only me, Nicky Rod, Craig, and Gordon.
That's what Ethan says.
That's when I was-
That's what Ethan says. He's like, it was only.
That's
me,
when
Nicky-
I was there.
You definitely weren't there this day. I remember that.
Yeah, you were there for a lot of it, man. Maybe just that one day.
Yeah. Thank you. I like that. I'll go with that. I was there. Yeah. All
But,
right.
Yeah, it's then he goes.
So
he said, "What were you
tough
thinking?"
being the smallest guy in the room.
Yeah, John says, "What were you thinking about during the round?" And I was like, "The cosmic unfairness of existence."
Nicky Rod was like the cosmic fairness, is fucking huge.
Because I was
All right.
like, I'm just down there. I'm like, fuck, what the fuck am I even supposed to do? Like, I tried to kip, didn't work at all.
Tried to what?
Tried to kip.
Oh, I heard camp. I'm like,
No. Yeah, I was trying to J point camp while I was
Nick Ortiz used to call it Kimp.
Kimp. I know.
And I was like, bro, it's Kip. He's like, it is?
Yeah. Huh. Anyway, Kimp.
Yeah.
Kimp the Gimp. All right.
Did you guys not think that you guys were going to die during COVID?
No.
I swore the world was
Because
ending.
you're soft, bro. You listen to the media.
There was
Little Cole ain't gonna fucking take me out, boy.
There was like 1 week where I was like, I'll wash my hands when I come home. But that was the extent of it. Now it's like,
I remember I drove all
yeah.
the way to New Jersey to train with, it was you, Nicky Rod, and you, Ting.
Where?
At Brunswick.
I remember
What?
that.
I wasn't
when
there?
we told,
Yeah.
remember these motherfuckers?
Soft.
No, me, Nicky
Boom.
Ryan, and Andrew would train in a bubble.
Yeah, and then we're like, all right,
We trained
we'll,
all the
we'll
time.
come train in,
No, we
in
trained
Jersey
all the
with
time,
you.
but,
And then you guys were like, okay, no, you can't because you train in the city. You're dirty. Then we drove all the way fucking there, and I'm like, hey, they're not coming, but I guess we'll just train, and then
So-
you showed up, and then someone else showed
Yeah,
up.
and
Well,
then
I didn't train actually. So I drove all the
fuck.
way there, and then my mom called me on the phone, and she was like pleading with me. She goes, "Rob, we're really scared. We don't know what's going on with this virus. Please don't train it." And I was like, "Fuck." I was like, if my, I don't want to like, it's my mom.
you're gonna be
yeah.
fine, but like if she gets
Well,
COVID and it's your
yeah,
fault,
so
Nicky
what's-
was scared that his mom was going to die. Trish. Yeah. Whatever.
What's funny is my
Nicky Rod's like, I don't care about anyone, but
We getting better is all that matters.
yeah. That's how I felt. Also, I was away from my family, so I'm like, I don't know. I'm gonna shit about these people. Yeah.
So my Nona, who was in her 80s, she got COVID, and she just was like, the only reason she even knew is she got tested. Like, she was living with us. She got tested, and she was like, "Oh, it looks like I have COVID." And, like, it didn't even do anything to her. Whereas my dad,
She's like, please end it.
yeah,
Like,
oh
please.
my God. My dad, it fucked him up. He went. My dad went to the hospital.
Dude, it fucked
Yeah.
up Gary.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
I mean, it did fuck me up
Dude.
too, honestly.
Oh,
a
mine
few
was
times,
fine.
Yeah, it was fine the first time, and like I got it again, and it fucked me up for like a little bit.
I had a worse reaction from the vaccine. So I've had 4 doses.
Oh, the
But
vaccine.
most
shit.
doses,
Jesus,
yeah.
you're gonna
Bro.
die.
Trying to get
That's
autism?
why your that's why your cardio shit.
Maybe. So I got my 4th dose.
Gastritis?
So I had to get a 4th dose.
What do
You
you
should
mean?
you should get your
No, no, no.
mercury levels
Let me-
tested.
But my what?
Your mercury levels.
Maybe. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I mean, the 4th dose fucked me up. But
What
I
happened?
did it because I had to. I was in Singapore, and I was getting my new
Oh,
visa there. And the lady said, you have to get a 4th dose tonight or we're rescinding this. And I was like, fuck.
Should have came to America, bro.
Yeah, fuck it.
I
It's
wanted
not
to
worth
stay
it.
in Singapore at the time.
Why?
Oh, we know why. I just found out why.
Yeah.
The food's cheap.
Hold on. Listen to this.
Okay.
I mean,
I won't forget.
I don't want to say. I don't want
If
to
you're
say.
willing, okay.
Yeah,
No, don't say it. You have gastritis?
Yeah, I have gastritis.
No, gastritis or gastroparesis are they the same thing?
Oh, wait.
Are they the same thing?
What's the difference?
Gordon has gastroparesis.
Whatever you take omeprazole for.
Yeah, I know. That's gastritis for sure.
Okay,
No,
I don't know. I'm pretty sure.
Omeprazole.
He has the same thing that Gordon has.
Crohn's disease.
Was that a serious question? Actually, I don't fucking know. Is that what he has? I don't know.
No, he has gastroparesis, I think.
What's the difference?
I mean, it's
I
like
don't know.
stomach issues are very complicated.
Okay,
right? One
yeah.
person's stomach issues are not necessarily.
How'd they come about you?
I mean, I think it's genetic. I've had it since I was a kid.
But you
Oh,
remember,
yeah? Yeah.
Big Gord also had it all the time.
Really?
So that's why I think Gordon has it probably.
So when
Because Big Gord would always talk about his heartburn.
it's
whatever.
It's
a lot of
heartburn? I thought it was
Heartburn's
just
different.
like
That's not stomach.
No, but
Heartburn
no.
is
genetic.
It is
it
your
is,
stomach.
it is.
No,
It is.
it's
Heartburn or
He's
stomach?
like, your heart's
Yeah.
not burning. It's definitely
Heart's not on fire.
the stomach.
It is misleading of a word.
It's
I don't
huh?
know.
It's related. The stomach acids, like when they, I don't know the science behind
Dude,
it
you
exactly,
talk
but
about it all the
acid
time.
reflux,
It
builds
Yeah,
up.
acid reflux, whatever.
yeah.
He's like, I need more Klondike bars. I'm like, yeah, it's probably not going to make
Klondike
it
bars?
any better. Yeah. He thought it
Ice
made it
cream?
better. He thought it made it
I
better.
thought it counted as a base, heavy
It's
base
worse.
going
Well,
down.
it's a
worse.
fire. You burn it. You
Yeah,
cool it
burn it
down.
with milk.
cream.
Yeah.
So when I first started like competing like as a pro per se, right?
Per se.
I had because before I was just doing like random
Intermediate.
Yeah, intermediate divisions.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you
When
went
I-
pro.
When I went full time, I did 4 tournaments in like 4 weekends back to back, right? And the 4th one was a submission only tournament. The night before the tournament, I almost went to the hospital because my like stomach issues were so severe that it tightened my throat that I could not breathe. Like the acid reflux was
What?
so bad. Yeah, the acid reflux was so bad that
Don't you just puke? Acid reflux that bad?
sometimes it'll make you puke, but sometimes it'll also make you feel like you can't breathe because the stomach acids come up. Like right now, I'm actually feeling it a little bit. Like I'm
It's
burping.
in your mind. It's
Oh,
coming.
I just
gotta change
Yeah.
my mentality.
You're talking about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
I
honestly.
think
Maybe.
you're right.
You need
I think it's part of
affirmations.
it.
You are healthy.
I
You
know,
are
all
healthy.
right, I'll just
You
say
are
that in the
healthy.
mirror
You
3
are
times every night. Yeah, but yeah. So anyway, when I wasn't healthy, when I had the gastritis, it was really bad. And then I still competed and I won the tournament.
Oh, I have a
but-
question, guys. So sorry, this is so off
Congratulations.
topic.
Thanks.
Congrats. I got
5 years.
approached to do a fucking outdoor television show.
Yeah, they contacted me too. It's probably
What are you
fake.
talking about? What?
But what?
What?
No. Yeah. They contacted
Probably
you.
fake. Yeah.
But
It's fake.
no. I think it's real.
What
But-
do you? What the? What?
But anyways, what amount of money would make you want to do it?
Well, give me more detail. What kind of TV show?
What is an outdoor television show?
Yeah.
That's so vague.
It's going to be
very
like a
vague.
competition.
Could be a lot of
Competition for a grand prize of something.
Oh, is it like street beefs? Like those guys like fight.
So
It's probably like a Netflix like Survivor series.
they
kinda
say
deal.
I'm casting.
Something like that.
I'm a casting associate producer. They apparently produce the producers of Lego Masters and Master Chef.
Lego Masters?
I don't know, and Master Chef. They're interested. They're seeing if we're interested in the brand new show. It's an outdoor adventure show and will air on major broadcast network. You will be flown to another country where you'd be put through obstacles, challenges, and eliminations. The goal is to get to the end where you could win a large cash prize.
What's the cash prize?
I didn't respond at all. But I'm wondering.
Dude, let me see the page.
I'm wondering. No, it's not the
I'd have to
page
get
of her.
paid for
It's a page of
me.
her.
I'd have to get paid.
Like she's like the producer or whatever. I'm wondering what is the grand prize that would make you be like, maybe I'll try it.
20 million.
exposure to
20
I
million?
guess.
What about 10 million?
Yeah.
What about 5 million?
What am I? How many people am I going against? They don't have to ask more questions.
Five
You don't
million,
think you'd win?
I'm gonna try.
Bro, what
Well, you
is
have to
it?
take time off of
Say
training.
Hello, no, but Ethan, my friend.
That's what I'm saying. What if it's a 6-month show?
But what if you make 10 million?
I'll do it for 10K. Hit me up.
a small chance to win 10 million.
You don't think you'd beat them?
Bro, what is the like?
I
we
don't know,
don't
but
fucking
I'd win. I'd win for sure.
word or I mean,
I'm not doing
maybe
it.
athletic
there's-
events, but
yeah.
what are you doing? Puzzles? What if it's a puzzle?
Dude, I'm Asian. I'm
You're
probably the
Asian.
best. I'm the best at puzzles.
Are they?
You're puzzling.
I know. That's how good I am.
Puddlingus.
I want to know why didn't I get this DM? I want in on this. You got the same thing,
Yeah, I think you did.
dude.
We're athletes. All right, should we wrap this guy up?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's been a while. How long have we been going?
Hour and 50.
An hour 52?
A minute,
Wow.
52 seconds.
And we still haven't got to the end of how Rob
No,
got
we
to
did.
B
I
team.
think we
No, how
basically
how
got
did
to
you end
the
up at B team? I don't know.
Well,
B team. Wow.
How'd you end up at B team and not New Wave?
I'll end with
Okay,
that.
end with why'd you come to
Yeah.
B team and not New Wave?
Okay, so there's two parts to that story. One I'm not gonna say on the podcast, but one
Okay.
I will because it involves you.
Whoa.
Yeah, I called you on the phone. Remember
Fuck.
that?
What'd I say?
We talked for like
Yes, I do
2-3
remember. I do
hours,
remember.
Very long.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
I was driving to Boston. I had 2 seminars. And
I do remember this,
So the
actually.
first, the first part
Was
was
he still on New Wave when you guys
he was
spoke?
switching. He was.
You were transitioning.
Yeah. So I first.
wouldn't try to
So the
do
very beginning of it was I saw you in Atlanta, and I was gonna come to Puerto Rico, and you
Oh,
told me
yeah.
not to come. You're like, shit's about to go down.
Oh,
and I was
yeah,
like,
see?
oh.
I warned you.
Yeah, and I was like, what?
What
the
did I
fuck?
say? I'm like,
You were
don't
very
go.
vague. You're like, I don't think the team's gonna last much longer. And
Hey,
I was
see?
like,
You know, Frank Rosendahl called it before anything happened.
Really? What did he say?
He's like, I can see this. This is a sinking ship.
Craig said to me in the.
Frankie said this
Henzo's
before there was
locker
any
room.
problems about going.
Well, Craig said it to me in the Henzo's locker room when they were.
What?
He's
yeah.
like, this
And
won't last, mate. Not if I'm behind it.
He's
I'll
like,
fuck
watch,
this up real
look
quick.
at my work.
Yeah.
when the team was going to Puerto Rico, he said to me, "I think this is the end of the DDS." Yeah.
Wow. Sick.
Yeah, maybe cut that out. I don't know if you guys want to. Yeah.
How do you guys know this?
You could just like, dude, the writing was on the wall. I was like, this.
I
Is
couldn't
such a
see it
stupid-
at all.
I was like,
oblivious.
This is a new birth. We're gonna go so far.
Dude, I was like, all the guys moved to Puerto Rico.
It was
in this
magical.
island. Yeah,
It was like, we're gonna go so far. We're gonna be best friends.
What do you think? You thought
I
it was
definitely thought it was going to be a means to. I didn't
No,
know.
you
If,
keep saying this,
I didn't know. I didn't know if the team was going to separate, but I knew that we weren't going to be there very long.
Yeah, I don't care about the Puerto Rico, but I did not know that the team was going to split. I thought we were
Yeah,
perfect.
I had a
think
heavy inclination. One time I was like,
What?
One time we were training,
had no
and one of the first times we were training, and the power was out, and I look at Gordon, and I'm like, bro, what are we doing here? We're professional athletes training, no AC, no fucking power. And he just goes and walks away. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
That-
He was like, I don't know.
But that's what
He's
I
like,
did
I
not.
don't fucking
what
know.
the fuck are we doing?
But I had
here?
no idea that the team was going to split.
That was the first time I really realized. I was like, okay, this is 100% a cult. Like
What?
When the team went to Puerto Rico.
Oh
Yeah, but before that, I had been like, oh, it's cult-esque, but it's not a cult. Then when the team went to Puerto Rico, I was like, no, this is just a cult.
I used to tell my friends because I would go to fucking New York City every day, and they're like, what are you doing? I was like, if this guy told me to clean his bathroom with a toothbrush, and that would be like I'd be a champion, I'd be like, then that's clearly what you have to do.
Yeah.
Like I genuinely thought that.
I think there's some value in fully buying in though. Like you really have to
Yeah, you like fully commit.
commit to your
All
coach
legs in
and
one
stuff.
basket.
Yeah. But so just to finish then is like, yeah, I was driving up to Boston to go do these seminars, and I was the time I was should I wait?
just go.
Okay.
Just
At the
Yeah,
time,
keep going, you're good.
at the
Audio.
time I was training at Sarah's with Jason Rao and some other guys there, and I called you, and I wanted to talk about like why did you decide to switch? Because to me that was like, okay, Damien has experienced both environments, so like what, at the end of the day, like I
Trained in Roca.
yeah.
I feel like
I
I felt
did?
when you switched,
Roca?
I was actually shocked, and I was like, I was really
Yeah, I was
surprised.
shocked.
Yeah, and so I was like, okay, if Damien switched, I want to hear why he switched, right? Like, and I like that. To me, after I got off the phone call with you, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to B team.
Wow. Yeah. Dude, I was fucking. I thought John was the end all be all. Like that's what I needed.
You switched when you did the tournament I pulled out of.
No, Esteban
When you-
Martinez super fight.
Oh, that's my.
That's when it
Okay,
happened.
okay.
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
were still. Did you do that tournament?
I did. Didn't go well.
Did you beat Esteban?
Beat Esteban.
You
Yeah.
beat
Yes,
Esteban.
Esteban. But wait, how? So you were training in Roca for that tournament?
No, I was in Oklahoma.
Oh,
Yeah.
So you did that tournament from Oklahoma. You trained
Yep.
in Oklahoma. Did
Yep.
that
You were in
tournament.
Oklahoma when I called you. Yeah.
As well?
I think you were. Yeah.
And then you moved to Austin, moved in with Nicky.
I didn't even have no. I didn't live in Austin when I did that tournament. I lived in Oklahoma.
Yeah, I know. But then after that tournament,
Moved in with Nicky.
and then you and Nicky would go Nicky to B team, you to Roca.
Yeah.
And then Okay.
Yeah, so I mean,
never really,
the thing is like,
so
so
really dove into that little window.
yeah. So
you
I
know?
mean, we'll wrap it up because we got to leave. But
Yeah.
it's like I was training on New Wave, you know, there for all like 3 sessions a day because we had morning Henzos, noon Roca, and then night Henzos. It wasn't really split up like we would all go there, and then I was doing 3 sessions a day there, and then I would go home and Nicky would be there, and then I would kind of get like just like. I mean, who cares? We're just fucking bullshitting. Like, oh, I'm living with like the enemy type of deal, whatever. But it's like, you know, it's fucking Gordon's little brother that we were just best friends with, you know,
I know,
2 months ago. It was super weird, you know.
Super weird.
And it's like, and yeah, I didn't care for the breakup or like the split. I was like, what, are we not supposed to hang out with them anymore? It's like it literally just happened a month ago.
Do you remember what you told me? I actually don't remember.
Well, the thing is, you say like we've had multiple hour-long conversations.
This was very specific because we talked specifically about the split, and you told me like, you know, your account of everything and like why you were switching. But I actually don't remember that much of what you. I remember some things.
So then I was in Austin by then.
Okay, so yeah, I'm thinking incorrectly then. Yeah, some things I do remember you told me, which I don't know if I should say on the podcast. But
We'll say it and then we'll cut it out if anything.
okay, well, so for instance, like you talked to me about like, hold on, let me say this off the podcast. This is one thing I don't think you'd want me to say it. Do you want me to say it?
Well,
Yes.
let's
All
find
right,
out.
all right.
Say it.
You shared like a ton of screenshots with me of like conversations between like different people, like Gordon and Gary and you and Ethan. There's one thing I would love to see where the conversation went because it cuts off. With you and Gordon. Yeah.
What do I say?
I don't know. So it's what Gordon says.
What did he say?
He says-
Get like a big paragraph about me or something?
It looks like it's the beginning of a big paragraph. He says, "Oh boy, Ethan.
Oh, yeah,
this is
I
gonna
remember
be
that
fun,
one.
right?"
Yeah,
And then
I
it
see
cuts.
that.
Then it cuts
what
off.
happened here? I don't remember this.
It was in that group chat. It was the split group chat or something.
I had already gone to B team.
I think you were like in the process of doing so.
I think yeah.
Oh boy, Ethan.
Yeah. He just went like,
Oh boy.
yeah, oh boy, and then like
I've never read any of those. I don't think.
You didn't. It was while I was getting knee surgery.
I don't. If somebody texts me a paragraph, I'm never looking.
It's a lot. Yeah.
Never read it.
But
That's the based response.
Yeah.
Just don't read it.
yeah, can't go wrong.
Yeah, but you
Are
sent
you
me.
looking for it right
You
now?
sent,
Yeah.
you sent me those screenshots, and I was reading them as I was driving, which is retarded.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah,
guys.
let's do it.
Thanks for watching Simple Man Podcast. I'm Damien Anderson.
I'm Ethan Crelinsten.
I'm Nicky Rod, and I wanted to say, Degle, thank you very much for
Yeah.
coming out and
Yeah.
Yeah, no worries.
chatting with us.
Appreciate it.
Thank
That
you.
was
Appreciate it,
awesome.
bud.
It was fun. Yeah.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Rob Degle. You can check out all his instructionals. Where you have your work at.
So the best place is just to go to my Instagram account. Everything's in the link in my bio.
What's your Instagram?
Robert Degle JJ. Robert Degle JJ.
Awesome.
He heel hooked Sean O'Malley.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
See ya.
Thanks, guys.
See you next time.
We got to get out of here.
So can I see what he says? 'Cause I've always wanted.
We got to leave.
Are you gonna lead that in or?